For the Bethany Broncos, this season has been the best in the last 4 years. Tonight, home field advantage could be the key for the Broncos' 8th win of the season. Behind preseason All-State quarterback Taylor Heim, the Broncos could go deep in the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Blanchard Lions come into this road game at the top of District 2 in Class 4A. Dynamite wide receiver Jackson Laminack leading the way as the top wide receiver in Class 4A. It's a battle for first place here in Bethany, and it's next on Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome to Ortho Central's Friday Night Rivals, live on CW34, driven by GMC.
It is a cool, rainy night here in Bethany, Oklahoma, a key Class 4A District 2 matchup as the Bethany Broncos host the Blanchard Lions. Hi, everyone. Jack Damroth, Myron Patton, Ed Murray will be on the sideline tonight. Myron, let's talk about this district matchup. Number 1 versus number 2 in the district, with Blanchard leading the top spot coming into tonight.
Yeah, you know, Blanchard lost a couple early games against Noble and Piedmont, but they haven't lost since. They're 5-0. Bethany got a loss to Tuttle. They're trying to tie them for that district lead tonight with a win.
Let's talk about these two teams. Jackson Laminack for Blanchard, Taylor Heim for Bethany. Those two guys really make it go for both teams.
Yeah, Laminack is a big-time receiver, man. You talk about just a playmaker deluxe. They always look to him. And, of course, Heim pretty much says the same thing for Bethany. Those are two guys that will key their teams tonight.
Of course, they like to throw the football, but tonight we have rain for the first time in 2 years.
I call it football weather. It may be our first rain game, but it's week 9. You got to get something before you get to the playoffs in about 2 weeks.
It is week 9, a great game on tap tonight. Stay tuned, the starting lineup and the kickoff coming up right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to a rainy SNU football field here in Bethany, Oklahoma. Bethany against Blanchard, 7-1 for the Bethany Broncos and 6-2 for the Blanchard Lions. You see the rain coming down. Let's go downstairs to the third member of our broadcast team, Ed Murray. Ed, I hope you stay dry tonight, buddy. Ed, I'm not sure your microphone's working. Hey, it's a little bit of rain, Myron, tonight, so, who knows?
Ed never sounded better. I was reading his lips. He's excited about the game, and it's wet, it's raining. but it's not so bad. Well, I think it's going to be an impediment for the offense. It's football weather, and it's our first rain game this season. Maybe
since we've been doing this 2 years, yes. Yeah. So, yeah, but what a great matchup we have tonight. Blanchard comes in. We've already seen them once this season. Dynamite player in Jackson Laminate, who we already talked about. Of course, Taylor Heim, and Bethany has, Taylor Heim, Kel Wetwiska. They're going to use a 2-quarterback system, so it should be an interesting ball game tonight.
Yeah, 2 evenly matched teams, and we talked about what it means from a district standpoint. And, they're both going to be in the playoffs, so this will be a nice win for whoever gets it as they get ready to head for the playoffs in a couple of weeks.
All right, we are ready for the Ortho Central kickoff to start this game tonight. Ortho Central, we are part of your team, and the Blanchard Lions won the toss. They have deferred until the second half, so the Broncos will receive the football to start with. And it'll be Osman Maldonado to kick it away for the Blanchard Lions, who are in their road colors tonight, wearing the gold shirts tonight.
Maroon helmets.
And there you see Maldonado waiting, and I believe they're just waiting for our signal to say, let's go, right?
Let's get this game underway.
It's time to go. Good crowd on hand despite the light rain that we expect to fall for most of the game tonight. And so here we go. Big matchup in Class 4A. Number 2 ranked Blanchard against number 6 ranked Bethany. And here is the kick. It is a short kick, bobbled by the Broncos and tackled right there at the 34-yard line. And they say they fumbled the football, and they have it. So a fumble on the kickoff, and the Lions have recovered the football.
Well, there's our first big break, our first turnover. Actually, John Arthur didn't want to see that happen. Let's see what happened here. And there you see some guys diving for it. There it is right there.
Ball is out, no doubt about it. Great work by a crew tonight. So the Lions will have the football first after the fumble. Here is Carson Cooksey, the junior quarterback, number 6, 5'11", 170 pounds. He's thrown for 2,000 yards so far this season. Look for number 3, Jackson Laminack, lined up at the bottom of your screen. And here's the first pass. It's backwards, and this ball is loose, picked up by the Lions, and it's going to be a huge loss back to the 43 as Brayson Carter was able to make the recovery, but that definitely was a backwards pass.
Yeah, it was, and it's good he recognized that because that would have been a turnover had Bethany got it. So good job on Carter's part recognizing that was a fumble.
All right, we've already seen 2 mistakes. Let's go downstairs to Ed Murray. Ed, what do you have for us?
Well, quickly, you've seen the wet ball. Neither team has been able to practice in rain all year long. The field, I've been told by the Bethany players, will be okay as long as it stays like this. The coaches are worried about a downburst, though. If a big sudden rain comes in, where will the ball be and what will happen in those situations? So we get back to the play.
And here is Cooksey. His pass is caught by Laminack over the middle. First down inside the red zone at the 18 for the Lions. Huge play for Cooksey to come back after that errant throw on play number 1.
Stepped into the throw, and he found Laminack going across the middle, and a couple guys know what they're doing. That's a big gain, wipes out the mistake on first down, so now they've got a first down in scoring position.
It's an Oklahoma Ford Dealers first down inside the Rose State red zone from the 18-yard line. Here is Cooksey. He's going to hand it off to Zach Garrett, running left, has some room across down to the 15, and tackled in the open field by Taylor Heim. So you're going to see a lot of guys go both ways on both teams. And here you see the keys to the game, Myron. It's all about the quarterback play for both teams.
Yeah, you got to contain the quarterbacks. And of course, secondary play is going to be big because Taylor Heim's a big-time quarterback for the Broncos. Of course, you want to pressure him and limit the Broncos' big plays. Of course, both these teams have big playmakers. You could almost say that about both.
Second down and 7 for the Lions. Cooksey looking to pass again, throws it short to the 10. Nice move. Down to the 5 goes Frazier and tackled there, but he's going to be able to pick up the first down to about the 7-yard line, so it'll be first and goal for the Blanchard Lions.
There's our Scholar Athlete of the Week. Bryson Frazier just found a soft spot there in the zone and just waited for the pass to come his way and picked up a few more yards. They're moving on offense.
Frazier, a senior, 6 foot, 150 pounds. You'll learn more about him, as Myron said at halftime, as our Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Scholar means he's smart.
Smarter than us, no doubt, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
First down and goal. Here is the handoff. Running left to the 5-yard line, down to the goal line, and out of bounds is Laminack around the 2-yard line. And that's where they will mark it out. Let's take a look at the Blanchard offense. There you see look for Brayson Carter and Bryson Frazier. There you see Carson Cooksey, the junior quarterback. And then, of course, Jackson Laminack, number 3. We're going to call his name and number all night long on both sides of the football. They have a very good offensive line led by Briggs Bewley, the captain, number 72, the center, senior 5'9", 250 pounds. Second down and goal from the 2 for the Lions. Laminack in motion. And here is the handoff. And this is close to the goal line. No signal yet. And that is Chauncey Conway. And it'll bring up third down and goal from about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he kind of hit a wall there, but found a little crease, but not enough to get into the end zone. Bethany's going to make it hard.
Let's take a look at the Bethany Broncos defense real quickly before this play. And again, they're led in the secondary by Taylor Heim. We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. Here is the handoff to Conway, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions get on the scoreboard first, 9:04 in the first quarter.
We'll give it to him the second time. He'll find his way to the end zone, and Blanchard's on the board. They took advantage of the mistake on the kickoff, and there you see just offensive line blew the Bethany defensive line off the ball.
And that is the 4th touchdown run of the year for Chauncey Conway. And here is the point after by Maldonado, and he misses that. And that could be crucial down the road. Let's take a break. 6-0 the Lions out in front. Back at Bethany, SNU Stadium, home of Southern Nazarene. And here is the Bethany offense we'll see in just a moment. And here is the Ortho Central kickoff taken from the 25-yard line. And on the return, a good return by Wyatt Geisler out near midfield. And so the Broncos will have good field position. Let's take a look at the Blanchard defense going up against this Bethany Broncos offense. And there you see it, the secondary very good. Palmer, Pierce, Laminack, and Frazier, who we will see quite a bit defensively. So here we go for the Broncos. Quarterback, 6'5", senior, 190-pound Taylor Heim. Tremendous talent for the Broncos. And he's going to hand it off on the first play to Jaden Gilliland. And Gilliland gets close to midfield, maybe down to the Blanchard 49-yard line.
Not a lot there on that first handoff there. Good return, though, to give him good field position. We bet he was told, hang on to the football.
No doubt about it. Still continues to rain here, light rain. Second down and 9 for the Broncos. Between Taylor Heim, we'll also see number 12, Kel Wetwiska at quarterback. They go with a 2-quarterback system. Both have mounted for about 2,000 yards passing. And here is Heim as he keeps it himself and is tackled around the 46-yard line. It brings up third down and a long 5, we'll call it 6 for the Broncos.
Not a lot there, but Hyman's got some good running ability. We did that game last year, and he broke off with several big runs. So he's that's not unusual for, even though in fact he's 6'5". He's got some pretty good wheels on him. Just know where to run that time.
Let's go downstairs. Ed Murray. Ed.
Well, Jack, Coach Craig was telling us when you face Taylor Heim, one guy's not going to bring him down, and you saw an example of that. They said they've got to fly to the ball when Heim is carrying it, and they did it on the first play there.
Big third down play for the Broncos. Heim looking to pass. Is going to keep it now, breaks one tackle, is going to get the first down and more. Down to the 35 and tackled around the 33-yard line. He picks up the first down, Ford first down, Oklahoma Ford dealers first down, and he moves the chains on third down.
Yeah, just pulled it down. He's going to get a block right here. Let him get to the corner and get a few more yards. That's a big play. He's already shown he's got some good legs about him. Of course, he can also throw it well.
Tackle made by the sophomore safety, Brayson Carter, number 1. 7.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1, 6-0. Blanchard with the lead, and here is the snap to Heim. He's going to hand it off to Gilliland, and Gilliland across the 30 down to about the 27. And I should probably say which Gilliland that is, because that could be Woods Harrell, but they have about 3 or 4 Gillilands on this team. Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by the wonderful group at High Five Media. High Five Media, intentionally different. 2nd and 4 for the Broncos. And here is Heim keeping it, looking for room, and right back up the middle, and he gets down to about the 25-yard line. It brings up 3rd and short for the Broncos. Both of these teams coming off of big victories last week over Hera for Bethany, 48-7, and Blanchard shut out Bridge Creek, 47-0.
Sets up tonight's game, and I guess you could call this a good playoff primer.
They played each other in the playoffs last year, Myron, with Blanchard winning 24-21. So these games, all of them, very close over the last several years. And here is a handoff to Gilliland, trying to find some room to the outside. He's going to pick up the first down to about the 21-yard line before he's brought down. It is another Oklahoma Ford dealers first down, and they move the chains again.
It didn't look like he was going to be able to get to that corner, but had enough speed to turn it and convert on third down, keep the drive going.
Here you get a good look at number 21 for Bethany, Jaden Gilliland, a senior, 5'10", 215. His brother, Jack Gilliland. We'll see him in the backfield as well. And here's the play on first down. Heim, his pass is complete to Ryland Sanders along the left side. Going to be a gain of about 4. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Broncos. And you see the rain coming down even harder now as we play here in the first quarter.
You can kind of hear it hitting out there. And fans came ready, though. They got their umbrellas, got their rain gear on.
We did not come ready in the pregame if you saw how wet we were. Here is the handoff to Gilliland. He breaks a tackle down to the 10 and inside the 10-yard line down to the 8 for first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Broncos as they're moving the football easily against this Blanchard defense. Both offenses averaging more than 400 yards a game. They like to throw the football, Myron, but right now we're seeing the running game for Bethany in control.
Yeah, John Arthur talked about this before the game. They're going to try to establish a running game, and they've been able to do it, just kind of chipping away at it, either the quarterback or the running back.
Here is Heim calling his own number, and he dives forward to about the 4-yard line, and it's 2nd down and goal for the Broncos.
You see, just found a little hole there, good tackle, but he still picked up about 4 yards.
Ryland North, the sophomore linebacker for the Lions, making the stop. 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Jaden Gilliland in the backfield behind Heim. And here is Heim. And the handoff to Gilliland. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bethany.
Well, that's the way you want to answer for Bethany. After fumbling on the open kickoff, you get the ball, you score, and they're an extra point away from taking the lead.
It is a Homeland Grocery touchdown. Homeland Grocery, your homegrown advantage. And here is Ruslan Calderon for the point after. Wiska, the holder, could be an issue tonight, which we already saw in the first PAT. And that snap was high, but Calderon is able to knock it through, and the Broncos lead it midway through the first quarter here on Friday Night Rivals 7-6. We're back after this. Welcome back, everyone. There you see John Arthur, the Bethany head coach, in his 6th season, and he liked what he saw on that touchdown drive. 10 plays, 51 yards, 5 minutes and 4 seconds, capped by the 4-yard touchdown run by Jaden Gilliland. His 6th, make that his 20th touchdown run of the season. And the Broncos lead 7-6. They will now kick off to the Blanchard Lions. Ortho Central kickoff.
That drive, they just kind of did what they wanted. You know, ran the quarterback a lot. Running backs found yards. Controlled the clock.
So here is the kick, and it's going to be a short kick, and taken by one of the up men for Blanchard at their 46-yard line. So they have good field position to start with, trailing by 1 point. Let's take a look at the Bethany Broncos defense that'll face this offense for the second time, brought to you by the United States Coast Guard. There you see Taylor Heim. Again, he will go both ways. There you see the other quarterback, number 12, Kel Wiska, will go both ways. We have not seen him at quarterback yet, but we will. And here is Carson Cooksey for the second time tonight. Rolling out to his right. Throws it downfield, but overthrows his intended receiver, Frazier. On the far side, it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they didn't want to make sure he didn't throw it too far inside. Had a couple defenders there, but too far outside, didn't even have really a good chance to even make a play on the ball.
You know, Cooksey is only a junior. This is his 2nd year starting for the Lions. His stock is starting to rise as a high school quarterback, only a junior again. Getting some looks from some smaller colleges across the state. He has another year, though, to improve. He's already a great quarterback at the 4A level. Here he is right here, trying to find Laminack, and he overthrows him at the 40-yard line. He had him open, but he overthrew him, and it brings up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, everything was right except the execution of the pass, because they had a couple linebackers waiting for him if he decided to run, which I think he was going to do, and Laminack was wide open for at least 20, maybe 25 yards, but overthrew him.
There you see some of the assistant coaches for Blanchard. The head coach, Jeff Craig, is actually up in the booth up here. If you remember, we had Blanchard earlier in the year. He had broken his ankle in practice. He was hit during practice. He is still suffering from that broken ankle and is up in the booth. And here is Cooksey. And he finds his receiver open at the 40-yard line. That is Frazier for a 1st down.
He is finding the soft spot in that zone and goes to the ground. Nice catch.
13-yard pickup. And an Oklahoma Ford dealer's 1st down right at the 40-yard line.
Second time they picked up a big 3rd down.
Reagan Palmer and Jackson Laminack to the bottom of your screen. And here is Cooksey. And he's going to be sacked back at the 41-yard line. Sacked by Jordan Strotter, the senior linebacker for the Broncos.
I think he was looking for Laminack on a slant route and just didn't pull the trigger on it. By that time, they had him.
We had Strotter in his face also and decided not to throw it. Strotter leading this team in tackles and sacks, and he adds another one right there. 5 sacks on the year for the linebacker, and it makes it 2nd down and 12 for the Lions. This game is moving, Myron. Both teams back and forth. Cooksey looking to pass, throws it over the middle, has Laminack open at the 20 and down to the 12-yard line. 1st down inside the red zone for the Lions.
He's just so good, man. He finds those crossing routes and he hits him. The quarterback does a good job hitting him in stride where he can get a few more yards right there.
And that's why Jackson Laminack, one of the top receivers, if not the top receiver in Class 4A in the state of Oklahoma. And here is Cooksey. A lot of time, throws it up, and he's going to throw it out of the back of the end zone. Laminack had a chance at it, but just too high and long. And it's 2nd down now for the Lions.
They need a 12-yard end zone instead of 10, and could not get that foot down.
Canada, right?
Yeah.
Would have been great in Canada.
Oh, a 20-yard end zone.
Yes.
That's easy. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, no doubt. 2nd down play from the 14. Cooksey changing the play. And he's going to hand off. Nope, he's going to pass it. He's going to throw it short. Laminack slips on the turf and is actually going to be tackled for a loss back at the 15-yard line, and he is slow in getting up. This is a player for Blanchard you do not want to see lying on the turf like that, as he was hit hard by Jack Gilliland, number 26.
Yeah, he took it pretty rudely to the ground. Nothing dirty, though. Just a good hard tackle. It didn't look like, you always worry about a guy coming down on his shoulder or something like that. I don't think that happened, but it was a pretty good slam to the turf.
Ed Murray is right there. Ed, what do you see for us right in front of you?
Well, it looks like Laminack has his hands on his hip or his lower back. He did come down pretty much on his head as Gilliland just wrapped him up, and he's a strong kid, threw him down, and it looks like they're talking to him. He's talking back to the trainers, moving his hands, but it looked like to me his first reaction was like his lower back. And now they are on the right side. The trainers kind of helping him breathe, I think, more than anything else.
Wow, it's really someone, Ed, that you don't want to see injured. You want to watch him throughout the game. He's such an outstanding player for the Lions.
Hey, I just was told that he told one of the guys that he just had the wind knocked out of him. So
that's good news. Yes,
I can see that. He slammed it pretty hard.
Yeah, looks like he's sitting up now, so hopefully he will be okay. There you see our referee crew for tonight, Mike Joseph. We actually had this crew when we were in Blanchard, Newcastle.
I know Mike a long time.
Again, Myron, big district game for these two teams. Blanchard comes in number 1. Of course, a lot of teams here in the middle of that pack in this district.
Yeah, they are. And, if Bethany wins, they'd be tied. And they got another week to go. And you're trying to win a district championship, get a high seed as possible. And these two teams are going to be in the playoffs. And like I said, this is kind of a primer for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're going to face these kind of teams when you get to the playoffs.
Well, these two teams played each other last year in the playoffs, like I already said, 24-21. And the series tied around 8-8 over the last several years. So they've had some very good games in the past. There you see Laminack coming off under his own power. Good news there. It's 3rd and long for the Lions as we get back to action with Cooksey taking the snap. He's going to throw it toward the end zone and in and out of the hands of his receiver. And you can blame that one probably on the wet conditions, as Bryson Frazier could not bring it down, and it's 4th and long.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. They just missed an extra point earlier, and here's the throw, and it's there. It's A little bit behind, but yeah, you got to catch that.
Catchable, yeah.
Yeah, he's catchable.
No doubt about it. Well, they're going to go for it. Laminack, I believe, is see if he's back in the game. I do not see him on this play, so he continues to sit out. Here is Cooksey. Looking to pass. Throws it toward the end zone again, and this is intercepted by the Broncos at the 2, and this is Heim running the opposite way. He's got a lot of room in front of him. Can he get there? One man to beat to the 20. He could take it to the house. No, he's tackled at the 2-yard line.
That's some hustle right there. It looked like he was gone. As it is, he's inside the 5, but a heck of an interception, heck of a run by Taylor Heim. And good effort on Blanchard's part not to give up on the play.
A 96-yard interception return by Taylor Heim. He's tackled at the 2-yard line, and let's look at it again. Cooksey trying to make something happen. Myron threw it right to him.
It's 4th down. You got to go ahead and try to make a play, and Heim stepped in front.
So after the play, there's an unsportsmanlike foul against Bethany. So instead of having it at the 2-yard line, they move it back to around the 18. That is the 5th interception of the year for Taylor Heim. Let's go downstairs, Ed Murray.
Yeah, Jack, that's not even as long as interception return of the year. But didn't he have like a 106-yard interception return for a touchdown earlier this season?
Yeah, it was 100+. Yeah, he caught it about midway in the end zone and ran it back for pick 6. So now here is Kel Wetwiska. He's going to hand off to Gilliland, and Gilliland carries a couple of tacklers down to around the 12-yard line, a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down and about 4 for the Broncos. On the move again.
What looked like possible points for Blanchard looks like Bethany's in prime scoring position. And possibly get another touchdown. We'll see what they do.
Get a good look at Kel Witwiska, a senior, 6'1", 180 pounds. Has thrown for over 600 yards this season. Has run for another 125. And here's the handoff to Gilliland. And Gilliland in trouble in the backfield. There's a flag on the play. Gilliland tackled around the 10-yard line, but let's check the flag for Mike Joseph first. It's going to be holding on the Broncos. This would be a big defensive stand, Myron, for the Lions if they can hold him here, considering the interception and thinking that they had the football at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, this would be big if they could just hold him to a field goal. And of course, that's not a gimme with the conditions being what they are. It's a big 10-yard penalty.
Let's watch it again. There you see the hold right there, right in the middle of your screen. And it looks like they caught number 71, Christian Sigler, with the hold. So the ball now back at the 20-yard line. It's 2nd down and 12 for the Broncos. Witwiska continues at quarterback. Gilliland behind him. Witwiska will throw it. He has a receiver open short, and this is Woods Harrell. And Harrell run out of bounds around the 14-yard line. The senior wideout will play tight end sometimes. There you see an all-conference basketball player, believe it or not. A lot of these players, of course, at both these schools play in multiple sports. They're all conference in all of them. And you can see why, because tremendous athletes on both sides of the football.
And that's good. That's good that you play both sports. I'm not a big guy who wants to specialize like a lot of kids do today.
3rd and about 6 for the Broncos. Here is Witwiska looking for the end zone. Has a receiver open. Wide open is Woods Harrell for the touchdown.
He snuck out there. Nobody was even within 5 to 10 yards of him. He was wide open.
Harrell's 5th touchdown reception of the season. And the Broncos are up 13-6 on the number 2 team in Class 4A.
And so far, Blanchard's had some mistakes that have really been costly. The open kickoff, fumble, and then the interception inside the 5 on 4th down.
Here's Ryland Sanders for the point after, and it's a bad snap, and they're going to throw it toward the end zone. And a diving catch. There's a whistle, though, that I believe was thrown or was sounded either before the play.
You wonder the lineman down the field or.
I can tell you what happened.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, in high school, when they start to kick, as soon as the ball is placed, as soon as the kicker approaches, they blow the whistle to tell the guys to stop blocking each other. So that is going to be an inadvertent whistle, and they're going to try it again. That whistle is to keep the guys from keeping blocking once the ball is away, and he just blew it a little too early.
So the Broncos get a second chance at the point after for Ryland Saunders, and you know the Lions coaching staff is over halfway out on the field. They do not like that call.
No, they don't.
Low snap, and the kick is good. So Sanders able to get the point after despite the bad snap. And it's 14-6 with 1:07 to play in the first quarter in what has been a crazy first quarter to start this game, Byron.
Yeah, eventful. A lot of stuff's happened. We got 3 more quarters to go. In fact, 1:07 left in this first quarter. The kickoffs have not been deep, so you expect Blanchard to get good field position here based on what's happened so far in these kickoffs.
3 plays, 18 yards in 1 minute and 11 seconds on the scoring drive for the Broncos. There you see some of the crowd here tonight, dressed for the weather. It was only a matter of time, Myron, before we ran into some foul weather.
Oh, yeah. Good hot chocolate weather.
Yeah. Which we don't have any of.
No, but
we have good old-fashioned water.
Maybe mentioned a few times. They generally have pretty good hospitality here, Bethany.
Yeah. Great facility. This is built for Southern Nazarene University, but on the Bethany grounds, the old stadium where Bethany used to play just off to our east. But a beautiful facility for high school football and for Division II college football as well. For the Crimson Storm. Artificial surface. Here's the Ortho Central kickoff, and this is going to be taken at the 25-yard line. And this is Laminack, so he is back into the game. Good news there for the Lions, and the Lions will take over from their own 43-yard line, trailing 14-6.
Well, they got a minute to do something here.
Laminack, a couple of college offers so far. We're not even through this season. Northeastern State and Tahlequah, ECU, and in Ada and SWAZoo in Weatherford. Here is Cooksey. This is going to be a handoff. This is Garrett on the handoff, and Garrett falls forward to about the 46-yard line. A gain of about 3. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Blanchard Lions. Laminack and Cooksey have had some great games together. In fact, it was just a couple of weeks ago against Tuttle on October 7th where they won on the last play of the game when Cooksey found Laminack in the back corner of the end zone at Tuttle to win 30-28. A tremendous football game for the Lions on the road to win it. Here's the 2nd down play. Cooksey looking, now is going to run right out of the pocket. And looks like he's just going to throw this away, and it brings up 3rd down.
Good coverage down the field. Nobody was open. So instead of throwing a pick or something like that, come back on 3rd down, see what you can do.
Let's go downstairs to Ed Murray. Ed.
Yeah, Jack, I want to see how good your math skills are tonight, brother, because, as you mentioned, Blanchard beat Tuttle. Bethany lost to Tuttle. Tuttle just has 1 district loss, playing Newcastle tonight, who has 1 district loss. It's my understanding Bethany not only needs to win tonight, but they need to win by at least 11 points to get the tiebreak over Tuttle, but my math isn't very good. Hopefully yours is better.
I was never very good at math, and that's why I have you and Myron to help me out, so we will see. Here is Cooksey. There's a flag thrown back where it's going to be holding, and his pass nearly intercepted. And let's check the flag. That was nearly intercepted by Strotter again, and it's holding on the Lions. So they will replay 3rd down.
Well, will they or not?
Actually, no, they're right. You're right, Myron. They're going to decline it. It'll be 4th down. Big call here. What do you do if you're the Lions? Kick it away?
Yeah, I think you got to kick it away. There's a lot of time left. You're only down 14-6. You don't want to give them a great field position this early.
So here is Cooksey. He will kick it away. It's end-over-end kick, and Geisler wanted to field it, but wisely stepped out of the way of it. That would have been tricky on these wet conditions tonight to field that one, and it's down by the Lions at the 10-yard line, and that is the end of the first quarter. Action-packed. We're back and forth. It is 14-6 on Friday Night Rivals. The Broncos out in front of the Lions, and we're back after this. Welcome back to Bethany, Oklahoma. There you see the Oklahoma State flag and the rain falling here tonight. Boy, Myron, tell you what, if the rest of the game's like the first quarter, I'm going to be tired by the end of the fourth quarter. I'm not even playing.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth, a lot of big plays being made by both teams. More so by Bethany, though.
So the Broncos have the football to start the second quarter from their own 10-yard line. Wetwiska, the quarterback, is going to toss it to Gilliland. And Gilliland out to around the 12-yard line. A gain of 2. It brings up second down and 8. Usually when you see Wetwiska at quarterback, you'll see Heim lined up as a wide receiver like you do right now, lined up on the bottom of your screen or on the left side. There you get a good look at Jack Gilliland, his brother Jaden Gilliland right there. There you see Taylor Heim. Not too many times when I go do my stats, Myron, do I see that the quarterback also has catches for yards, rushing yards, and passing yards all in the same stat line. And here's the handoff to Gilliland. And he's going to be swarmed under around the 16. It'll bring up third and long now for the Broncos deep in their own territory.
Well, you would think at some point they'll try him deep. He's got size, he's got speed. We saw that on the return. And got the hands to make catches. So,
and he's also a track star. So he is state champion in the long jump. He's also a state relay champion as the Broncos won the state championship in a couple of relays. Tells you about what kind of speed that number 7 has. He's lined up again as a wideout. And here is Wetwiska. Nice little move to pick up the first down. Nifty little move by the quarterback. We have an injured lineman down on the ground, but watch this move again.
Yeah, little step there and picks up the first down. And Heim was downfield blocking as well in case he broke that one off and Chance to see somebody make a big run. Some receivers are blocking.
It is a Brahms first down from our farm to our store. Only Brahms gives you more. First down and 10 at the 23-yard line. And here is Witwiska, and his pass is caught by Gilliland on the near sideline. A gain of about 7, second down and 3 for the Broncos. You talk about putting numbers up. Both these teams have had very good success on offense the last 4 games. In fact, the Broncos come in having outscored their last 4 opponents 215 to 31. 2 of those games included shutouts. The Lions, pretty much similar numbers with 2 shutouts. Here's the handoff to Gilliland, and Jaden Gilliland is going to pick up a first down across the 35 to about the 37-yard line as he moves the chains one more time for the Broncos with 10 minutes to play in the half.
And they're winning the battle up front, Bethany is. They're doing a good job. They're not breaking up 20-yard runs, but they're getting 4 or 5. And setting up 3rd and short, that just picked up a first down for them.
Gilliland was about 91 yards shy of hitting the 1,000 mark for the season coming into today's game. And the way he's running the football, you think he's going to get those 91 yards to get over 1,000 yards for the season. Here's Witwiska looking for Heim going long, and he makes the catch and is tackled at the 32. He was going up against Laminack, and he won that battle this time.
Size matters. Not bad coverage, but you got 6'5" right there. Just went up top and got it. And Laminack did a good job hanging on, because had he been able to turn around and start running, he would have scored. But he got the tackle.
32-yard pass completion. Here's a handoff to Gilliland, running right. A flag is down back at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be holding on the Broncos. So this will come back after a good 7-yard run by Jaden Gilliland.
So he got a hold.
Mike Joseph and his crew been a little busy so far in the first half, and we've seen the last couple of weeks the referees have been quite busy.
Yeah, I've known Mike a long time. Used to work with his son back in the day.
Long-time referee in Oklahoma for OSSAA.
His son now lives in Hoover, Alabama, wearing OU gear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He's still living though.
John Arthur, the head coach for Bethany, about 20 yards out on the field talking to the line judge. And now all that is taken care of, and we're ready to go. First and 21 for the Broncos back at the 41. And Witwiska was not ready for the snap and just had to fall on it as he fumbled the football. And that's a loss of about 6 yards back to the 47-yard line.
So now you had a hold and you had this, and really had time to pick that up and still maybe run the play, or at least incompletion. But now you've lost your last 2 plays, a lot of yardage, and your first down marker is way down at about the 21-yard line.
Miscommunication between the center, Ben Saylor, only a sophomore, and Witwiska. So it's second down and 25. Should be, second down and 25. We replayed first down after the penalty, so here is the second down play. 5 wideouts now for the Broncos. Witwiska looking left. Heim is open. Now he's looking right, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 25 for the Broncos. You had Heim here on the near side jumping up and down because he was wide open, and would have probably easily gone for 20 to 25 yards.
Yeah, I didn't see him. He's on the other side of the field. We'll see if they go to him this time. I mean, like I said, you got 25 yards you're trying to get. He's going to have a size advantage almost against anybody, although looks like he's being matched up on that far side against Reagan Palmer.
Interesting play call here for the Broncos on 3rd down. Witwiska, a baseball standout for the Broncos, actually going to junior college, has already committed to play baseball at Northern Oklahoma College in Tonkawa. And he's going to pass it. Now he's going to go to the opposite side of the field to Gilliland, who's open. Gets a couple of blocks down the sideline. He's going to be short of a first down. by about 15 yards, so they picked up half of that back. But it's 4th down and long now for the Broncos, and you would think they're in a position where they're going to have to go for it, unless there's another flag on the play.
No, I think you punt them deep.
There you see in the background Kirk Kirchner. He is the sideline coach for the Blanchard Lions with Jeff Craig, the head coach, up in the booth. So Kirk Kirchner, good friend of mine, known him for a long time, and he is 6-2 as a head coach or semi-head coach. Block in the back on the Broncos, and they're going to send it back to the 49. So they took the penalty. So it's going to be 3rd and a mile for the, there you see the block right there, right in front of the referee and the coaches. And Christian Sigler, the right tackle, guilty of that infraction. And now we'll replay 3rd down.
You're at your own 49. You got to get to about we'll call it the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. You make the call.
You throw it up for Heim, do you not?
Yeah, that might be not bad.
Reagan Palmer on Heim on the near sideline. And here's what Wiska looking for Heim. He's going to throw it up for Heim. This is up for grabs, and a nice defensive play by Reagan Palmer to knock it down.
Yeah, I think they were looking for that. They need to put a little bit more air on it to make it a jump ball situation.
And they will turn the ball over on down. So a big stop by the Lions, and they have good field position.
In fact, Heim turned it to a defensive back there, making sure he wasn't picked off.
That was almost 4th and broken arrow for the for the Broncos. Actually, here we go. It is 4th down now. That was 3rd down. That's right after the penalty, so they will kick it away. Good punt, which will be down to around the 19-yard line. So I was one ahead of myself on the downs. But now it will go over to the Lions after the punt. With 8:04 to play in the second quarter, and the Broncos up 14-6.
Let's see if Blanchard can kind of get their offense going. They've kind of been missing here the last couple of possessions. Lamnick's back on the field.
83 yards of total offense in that first quarter by Blanchard. Pretty even by both schools. And here is the first down play. Cooksey. And his pass is caught out to the 25. And that pass was caught by Brayson Carter, the sophomore wideout, who is a great baseball player in his own right.
That's a good pass. If he throws that just a hair inside, it's picked off and it's going the other way. And Brayson, his dad Jason Carter, played at Oklahoma back in the day out of Jenks.
Named the newcomer of the year in Class 4A as a freshman on the baseball team for the Lions last year. So he's got a great future, doesn't he? Here is Cooksey. His pass is intercepted. Oh, my goodness. It was in and out of the hands of Reagan Palmer, and it just kind of floated in the air, and Gilliland was right there to take it out of the air. Or was it Strotter?
Blanchard's just made some mistakes here in this first half that have been really costly.
That was Jordan Strotter who made the interception. Here it is again.
Yeah, just threw his hands, and Strotter just hasn't been in the right place at the right time.
Second interception of the year for the senior linebacker, and he gives the football to the Broncos at the Blanchard 31-yard line.
Great field position again.
Heim back in at quarterback for the Broncos. He's going to hand off to Gilliland, and Gilliland fights for about 3 yards down to the 27-yard line. Second down and around 7. We'll call it a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
And really, Spencer didn't look like should have had that. It looked like it was pretty much well defense, but he kind of cut inside and slipped through some tackles and made something out of nothing.
Gilliland coming off a game last week against Harrow where he had over 140 yards on the ground. Here's the second down play. Heim is going to keep it himself. Got some room right back up the middle. Gains about 5. It'll be 3rd and short for the Broncos. Good run there by the quarterback, Taylor Heim.
Good athlete. See, this is what they're doing. They're getting third and very manageable. This is about third and maybe 3.
At 6'5", 190, a lot of schools looking at him. In fact, over 10 schools. And here is the pass to Woods Harrell. And Harrell is thrown out of bounds. Did he get the first down? It's going to be awfully close. It's going to be where they, let's see where they spot the football.
There's the mark. Let's see. Looks like he.
And they're going to give it to him. So it's going to be a first down for the Broncos at the 26-yard line.
I think they would have gone for it anyway.
Trying to get the clock running. 6:16, 6:15 left to go in the second quarter. I got to take a breath. Here is Heim. He's going to follow Gilliland. And a good run by the quarterback down to about the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 8, 9 more for Taylor Heim. And it's 2nd and 1. He's brought down by Colson Carpenter. Sorry, partner.
No, so just kind of break a few tackles. The arm tackles don't get him down, and then he stretches out that 6'5" frame. Look, that just goes through that one. And kind of drags some people along with him.
Look at all the schools that are offering him. Air Force, Navy, Houston Baptist, Emporia State. Some Division I's mixed in with some smaller colleges, but it's quite the talent.
Air Force comes in this Oklahoma City area a lot.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? Here is Heim. And Heim, good open field tackle that time by Reagan Palmer, but he's going to pick up the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal around the 7-yard line. Let's go downstairs, Ed Murray.
Jack, just let you know that it was starting to just mist a little bit, but now starting to pick up again a little bit, just a light rain. But notice y'all talked about Heim versus Laminack in the pregame. Here in the second quarter, the only name you've mentioned is Heim. Laminack really hasn't done anything since leaving the field injured, but he is back out there. But right now, it is the Taylor Heim show, and you said that was the big matchup to watch tonight.
No doubt about it. 1st and goal from the 7 for the Broncos. Gilliland behind Heim, and he takes the handoff. Trying to find some room. Gets down to about the 5, a gain of 2. 2nd down and goal for the Broncos as the clock continues to run here in the second quarter.
See if they can bow up and hold them to a field goal. That's going to be tough because Blanchard's pretty much moved the football the entire night here in the first half.
Plenty of time on the play clock for the Broncos, down to 15 now. Taylor Heim back behind center. Now in the shotgun. And he wants Gilliland out to the left, and he makes the catch. And still on his feet to the goal line. No signal yet. They're going to say his knee was down at the 1-yard line. There you see how tough it is to bring down Jaden Gilliland. He was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, back around the 9-yard line, Myron, and just able to drag the tacklers all the way down to the 1.
Yeah, down there just short, but yeah, they're going to be pretty upset, Blanchard, about that. He should have been stopped for no game, maybe even lost yards.
Here is Heim, and there's going to be a flag, and I believe the center may have moved first, and this is going to be against Bethany. So instead of at the 1, they'll bring it back out to about the 6.
Had a few penalties in the first half, Bethany. It made it difficult at times, but they're still trying to go up 2 scores here.
Now Heim will work out of the shotgun with Gilliland to his right. He's going to run the option. He's going to keep it himself and tackled around the 1-yard line. So he gets all of that back. It's going to be 3rd and short. So actually, I said 3rd is 4th down. Boy, I am off on the markers tonight, Myron. I think it's the rain.
It's covering up the your scoreboard. And not surprised they're going for this. I mean, they've moved the ball. Don't get it. You got them backed up inside their own 5.
4th and goal, and Heim looking over. And I believe they're going to let the play clock run down and take a timeout. And John Arthur signals to the referee, I need a timeout. So 14-6 our score with the timeout. We'll take a break, and we're back right after this. Jack Damerl, Myron Patton, Ed Murray back on Friday Night Rivals. Bethany with the football on a 4th down play around the 2-yard line. Bethany called the timeout to talk about what they want to do here on 4th down. This would be a huge stop by the Lions if they could get the football back.
Yeah, it would be. And like I said, I'm not surprised Bethany goes for it. They've moved the football. They've had some penalties, but they've moved the football. They're a couple yards from the end zone. If you don't get it, Bethany should, Blanchard should be in their own 5-yard line with the goalpost, in the shadow of the goalpost.
Here is Heim under center. He's going to take it himself, and he gets in. Touchdown, Bethany Broncos.
Give it to your best player. Go find the end zone.
A Homeland Grocery touchdown. Homeland Grocery, your homegrown advantage. That play took a while to develop.
Yeah, he just faked and kind of went behind the running back and got in the end zone.
Seventh rushing touchdown of the season for Taylor Heim. And here is Sanders for the point after. And the kick is up, and it is good. And so the Broncos add the PAT, and they lead it 21-6. And we're back to Bethany right after this. Stay tuned for the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report. We will showcase this week's McIntyre Law Scholar athletes and have a conversation with our participating school administrators. All of that, including first half highlights and more, coming up on the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report from Bethany, Oklahoma. The Broncos and the Lions in a key Class 4A District 2 matchup. The winner to be in the top spot. And right now, it's been all Bethany Broncos for the most part as they lead it 21-6. And here is the Ortho Central kickoff. It will take a bounce and fielded by Palmer. And Palmer's got some room across the 45 out to about the 47. And that's where the Lions will start here with 2:33 to go. Stay tuned to the fourth quarter as we will select the Dynamite Driving Drive of the game. Dynamite Driving tests 7 days a week.
You get the feeling that Bethany's just dominating this game, which they are leading by a couple of scores. But if you're Blanchard, you say if we still quit making mistakes,
yeah,
you got 2:23 here. You got good field position. You get a score. You're down by one score going to halftime, even though you've made several mistakes. So.
And they get the football back to start the second half.
Yeah.
2 interceptions by Cooksey tonight. And here is his pass, and he overthrows his receiver. He was looking for Brayson Carter, and he overthrew the sophomore wideout. And it's 2nd down and 10. Clock stops, 2:19 to play.
The point is, they're not out of the game if you're Blanchard. Like I said, it seems like Bethany just dominated, but they're up 15 points. That's 2 scores.
Last week, Cooksey threw for almost 300 yards. Here's the delayed handoff, and this is Garrett. And Garrett across midfield down to the Bethany 44-yard line, and the clock stops. And I believe Bethany may have called a timeout. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we will select our GMC player of the game. Still open for bids. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Bethany, Myron, and this is a huge penalty. I'm not sure what happened, but that takes the football all the way down to the 29-yard line of Bethany for the Blanchard Lions.
The flag came in the backfield, so I'm not sure if it was a late hit or something was said or whatever, but that's 15 yards on top of a really good gain. And here at 2:07 and counting, Blanchard's got the football at the, 30-yard line? 29-yard line.
29-yard line. 1st and 10 after the penalty. Cooksey needs to get into a rhythm. And here is the handoff on the end around. Good run down the sideline and finally pushed out of bounds was Laminack. It's going to be a 1st down for the Lions inside the Rose State red zone. And they're going to spot it around the 15-yard line. Good run that time by Jackson Laminack.
Yeah, he's got good feet, man. He just kind of keeps them moving and is able to find some room, and that's a nice gain on 1st down.
3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Cooksey looking left. He's in trouble, and he is sacked back at the 30-yard line. Jordan Strotter once again on the sack. And it's going to be 2nd and long.
He's having a big night, and, well, you want him just to throw this away and come back on 2nd and 10 and just got clipped at the ankles.
So 2nd and around 25-yard line, maybe a little less. They're going to say 21, 2nd and 21. Low snap. Cooksey over the middle. His pass is high, but brought down around the 15-yard line by Brayson Carter.
Nice catch. Had to go up high to get that one.
3rd and 9. Clock now runs under a minute to play. A lot of time still for the Lions here. And here's the snap. Cooksey toward the end zone. It is caught at the 1 into the end zone. Touchdown, Blanchard.
And there you go.
Reagan Palmer, the junior wideout, with his 4th touchdown reception of the year for 15 yards.
Just a little slant route, and he just fights his way to the end zone, carries a guy with him, say, you want to go for a ride? Well, hitch your wagon to me, and you got a ride. That's a touchdown.
He carried Rylan Sanders on his back all the way into the end zone. You're right, Myron, and here's the PAT. And it's a bad snap once again. The ball is still loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. But he cannot run it back.
Oh, I want to see if they're going to catch him.
I
want to see if they're going to run him down.
I don't even know if they were going to try. Strotter, what a night he's having. He could still be running. but in high school, you don't run that back. It's 21-12. 2 mistakes now on the point afters by the Lions, and you worry about that if you're Blanchard later in the game if it gets close.
Well, you wonder, do you just go for it? We've seen done enough games where you're kicking games bad, and you just go for it.
Again, a wet night tonight. It continues to rain. That scoring drive for the Lions, 7 plays, 53 yards in only a minute and 50 seconds, capped by the Reagan Palmer touchdown pass from Carson Cooksey.
Well, you're down 9, 38 seconds to go. You've made a bunch of mistakes, Blanchard, in the first half, but you're within striking distance.
There you see Jordan Straughter, number 22. Last year led his team in tackles, leading the team in tackles. Again, you see why. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's had a big night. Do we have a player for the game? Player of the game? We got to be deciding on at some point.
I don't think we've given it to a defensive player yet this season, have we?
Tajay McCoy.
Oh, yes. Tajay McCoy.
Kansas City.
Yep. Last week. But he also played on offense, so you could say it was from the offensive performance. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.
Nobody wanted to tackle a dude. He's so big, man.
Yeah. Kickoff went out of bounds, so the Broncos have it.
Now, there's time for Bethany to do something. If you're Blanchard, you can't go to sleep. There's 38 seconds, and Taylor Heim has shown he can make plays, and if it gets to be a foot race, he doesn't lose those. So you're trying to get to, if you can get to halftime 21-12, you'll feel relatively fortunate if you're Blanchard.
They spot the football at the 37-yard line. Wetwiska is the quarterback. And I do not see Heim in the game, do you?
No, I do not.
Unless he's hiding somewhere.
Hard to hide 6'5".
And a fumble on the handoff. Wetwiska trying to hand it off to end the half, and they fumble the football. There's a flag on the play, though. The Lions have recovered the football, but there is no flag on the play. They're going to pick it up. So the Lions, wow, have the football with 35 seconds to play at the Bronco 33-yard line.
I think the official maybe was trying to mark the ball and threw the wrong thing out. Grabbed the flag instead of the marker.
Happens, right?
So now they got 35 seconds, 35 and a half. Where's Laminate?
To the top of your screen. Here is the snap to Cooksey. He's going to be chased out of the pocket, throws it, and it is caught, but there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be against the Lions. This is coming back. Laminack was wide open, though, but he's going to be holding on the Lions.
Now, if you're Bethany, you're just trying to hang on here, get to halftime with this score, the same thing.
Mark it back now at the 43-yard line. Let's look at it again.
I think it's right there, number 77. He's got a handful of jersey.
Ryder Dobbs called for that holding call. And here we go. Empty backfield for Cooksey. The clock runs, 26 seconds to play. Blanchard does have timeouts. They're trying to set the screen up. They have it caught short and running out of bounds on the far side of the field is Brayson Carter. The clock stops with 17 seconds remaining.
Now, you figure you're Blanchard, you got to get to the end zone. You have not been kicking an extra point, so a field goal is going to be it's not going to happen. So you got 17 seconds to get this ball in the end zone. Bryson Frazier, another guy to kind of keep an eye on.
Back to the original line of scrimmage, second down and around 10. Cooksey running right, throws it, and he's going to overthrow Frazier. And now there's 12 seconds to play.
In the words of Bob Euchre, just a little bit high. A little bit high. 12 seconds.
There you see the rain falling. A little heavier now than it was, and now a timeout has been called by the Lions. Let's go downstairs to Ed Murray. Ed, what do you have for us?
Well, Jack, there's 12.3 seconds left. But the play before this, the clock should have started a little quicker. Coach Arthur was down here on the sideline doing the big old arm wave, like start that clock. It probably started about 4 seconds later than it should have started. So he was trying to help his scorekeeper here on his home field get the clock going. So think about that. That 4 seconds could be big.
And Ed, turn around. You were on the camera. We like how you're weathering the elements tonight. Just no umbrella. You're there you are. Look at that.
He's tough, dude.
You're tough, man.
The hat helps.
Huh?
The hat helps. But it's on and off. It goes to a mist. You think the rain's going to end, and then it picks up with the light rain again, and the wind has fallen off again. We had a little north wind there for a little bit in the second quarter, but it's now stilled. So it kind of spritzes a little bit, then the light rain comes back.
True football weather, though, right?
Oh, yeah. It's not too cold.
No.
Could be worse. The wind could be blowing. It could be freezing down here. Oh, young Frankenstein reference.
12 seconds to go. Officially 3rd and 9, but you would think, Myron, that they would try to see how far they can go down the field. They only have, maybe 2 more chances at it. If that.
Get Lamanick on the move.
2 timeouts remaining. And here is Cooksey. Lamanick to his right is going to throw it short and is caught around the 24-yard line by Frazier, who steps out of bounds with 6.9 seconds to go. And he's going to pick up, I believe, that's going to be a first down. It is. So he gets the first down. Ball is at the 23. You have 1 more shot at it, maybe 2 if this is a quick play. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Cooksey is being rushed. He throws it over the middle, and it's short with 2.5 seconds remaining. He was looking for Hudson Perriman. And it's second down with 2 seconds remaining.
Now, if you're Bethany, you're going to have your safety, everybody back, deep.
And the Lions call another timeout. So they use their second timeout of the half. Don't forget, coming up at the halftime, we will have the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report. Interesting first half. Back and forth. Some mistakes. Big plays. We said there would be big plays in this game, and there have been. 94-yard interception return by Taylor Heim.
Yeah, Blanchard's had some fortunate mistakes that Blanchard's made, and they've taken advantage of them. That's what you're supposed to do.
And there you see the standings in District 2. You see how 1 through 4 separated by only a game, with a tie for number 2 slot, 4-1. And then you have Tecumseh and Classen SAS down there at 5 and 6. Hare and Bridge Creek, of course, eliminated from the playoffs. But there's a battle there for the top 4 spots.
Yeah, if you're Blanchard, I mean, you've already beaten Newcastle, you've beaten Tuttle. You know, if you can come back and beat Bethany, I mean, that's pretty impressive in what's a very, very tough district. And right now they're trailing.
Yeah, and next week they're at home against Tecumseh. You would think they'd be able to pull that out for a victory. Tecumseh struggling this year in the district. So here we go with 2.5 seconds remaining, and you would think this is going toward the end zone. Lamanick to the top of the screen. Cooksey is rushed, has it caught, and down at the 5-yard line goes Perriman, and he's going to be short of the end zone, and that will end the first half. So they set Lamanick up on the left and came back to Perriman, and he just fell a couple of yards short to end the half.
Well, a lot going on. We got a great second half set up with Blanchard making a nice run there late, but Bethany's controlled this first half for the most part.
21-12, our halftime score. And Ed Murray is with the head coach of Bethany. Ed, take it away.
Well, Coach Arthur, you fumbled the opening kickoff and really come back. You've got to be proud of the way your guys did get down at that turnover.
Yeah, definitely fought and overcame that big-time mistake early is huge, and our kids came out and ran the football and kind of controlled the first half there and trying to keep the ball away from those guys that can obviously make some plays on the other side.
Big stop there at the end.
Yeah, definitely big there. Wasn't super pleased drive before that and making a couple more mistakes, but definitely anytime we can keep the ball and keep the ball out of those guys' hands is good.
Great 4A game going on here. What do you tell them at halftime?
just keep doing things right. Made a couple mistakes, and that's what they've made us pay on. They're good enough, and in a big game, they're going to make you pay on mistakes like that. So got to be consistent.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Coach Arthur, his team is up 21-12 here at halftime at home in a great 4A district game. Again, the winner will be in pretty good shape in the district championship, at least trying to get that district title. Both will be in the playoffs. And we've got halftime coming up. We hope you'll stay with us. We got a good one going.
All right, stay tuned for the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report coming up right after this. We're back on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Now, time for the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report.
I'm Noble McIntyre, McIntyre Law, wearing my iconic Burns Flat jersey that sort of still fits, and I'm proud to introduce this week's Scholar Athletes.
Bethany Scholar Athlete of the Week is Parker Daniels. He's a 2-year starter for the Broncos football team, as well as a starting pitcher for the varsity baseball team. He's graduating with honors, which explains his 4.33 GPA. He feeds the homeless and is a volunteer for the youth baseball camps. That last statement shouldn't be a surprise, considering Daniel's preference for playing offensive line over defensive line.
I like offense so I can protect my quarterback better. I like the feeling that I can protect him. The family that we have, the bond that we have between each player and each teammate, that's what I like about it.
The fact that Bethany is 7-1 is not a surprise. They're always good, which is something Parker is aware of. He's also aware that he must excel in both football and academics.
I mean, having teachers as coaches really helps me to learn stuff out here and put that into school. I have a good mindset to know that I need to do this, so I get it done.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm going to be a computer science, major in computer science.
Blanchard Scholar Athlete of the Week is Bryson Frazier, a 2-time basketball district and regional champion and state qualifier, who's also a receiver and cornerback on the Lions football team. Just call him an athlete with brains to match that straight A 4-point GPA. Playing offense and defense keeps him busy, but it's defense that gets his juices flowing.
Honestly, I like corner better because I get to hit other people, and I get to make big plays in the ball, so it's fun. I love contact. I've grown up with contact, and I played it since Little League, so it's been really fun. I've grown up wanting to play sports for Blanchard my whole life, and finally got the chance to do it, and really excited about it.
As good as he is in the athletic arena, Bryson knows the classroom comes first.
I know that in order to play sports, that I got to do well in the classroom first, and it's always been a big thing from my family. And so I always put school first and sports second, which ultimately leads to good grades and then good work on the football field.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm going to go to Oklahoma State, and I'm going to study business for construction management for 4 years, so I'll be there.
Congratulations to our Scholar Athletes of the Week. These athletes are entered for a chance to win a $5,000 scholarship from McIntyre Law. Thank you for watching Friday Night Rivals on CW34.
And we're here at halftime in Bethany, where the host Broncos lead Blanchard 21-12. Joining me is Brady Barnes, the superintendent of Blanchard Public Schools. We just heard from your scholar athlete, Bryson Frazier. Nice young man.
Great young man. Great family. Mom's an elementary teacher in our elementary school, and two-sport athlete. He's been a part of a successful basketball program the last 2 years, too.
Tell you what, a lot of pride in Blanchard. You guys travel real well. That stands are full over there.
They are full, and it's been all fall. We've had a successful fall. Cheerleaders, last time they won state championship. Cross country's in state tomorrow. Softball won districts. It's been a good fall for our kids.
You've got a very important question going on in your community. Blanchard is growing like crazy, one of the fastest growing areas in the state, and you've got a bond issue, and you're asking your community for input and hopefully get something in February. What are you looking for from the community in this big bond issue?
Yeah, one thing you said, we're growing quite a bit. Over 100 kids new this year, 200 over the last 3 years. One thing we're looking at is an early childhood center for pre-K, K, and first grade. Those classrooms right now are getting pretty big, so we need some new classrooms there. Field house. We got a big soccer community. You can wake up any Saturday, Sunday morning, there's a ton of kids playing soccer in our community, any field they can find in town. So field house would be good to add for soccer. Also, we're trying to relocate our baseball and softball complex to where our current high school is right now.
So what are you asking the community in their input?
Well, we sent a survey out. We're asking, what will you guys support? I said those things, but also some safety things. We need to upgrade some technology issues in our school district as well. So that's what we're asking for.
Hey, a proud week at Blanchard as 3 of your teachers were honored for their unconventional teaching, or let me get the exact quote here. Their unconventional thinking in teaching. 3 teachers honored by Marathon Oil.
Yeah, we were lucky, and thanks to Marathon Oil for about Mrs. Kaufman, a fantastic band teacher. She got one. Another high school teacher, Mrs. Ellis, got one, and a great computer science teacher in intermediate school, Mrs. Robertson, got one as well.
Well, we thank you for hosting us earlier this year, and hope your team here in the second.
Done it a few times this year. One more time would be nice.
What? 0.02 seconds against Tuttle, and you won that one.
We won that one. That's correct.
All right, Brady, thanks very much. And again, thanks for hosting us earlier this year as you beat Newcastle 19-0. Here, his team trails the Bethany Broncos 21-12. We'll talk to the administrator of Bethany High School when we come back here on the Friday Night Rivals. Good for a matchup and a 9-point game here at halftime.
You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Now, time for the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report.
We're back in Bethany where the host Broncos lead Blanchard 21-12. Joining me is Drew Eichelberger. He is the superintendent of Bethany Schools. And we just heard from your scholar athlete, Parker Daniels. And the thing that stood out to me, Drew, is he works with the homeless when he has time. And that is part of the community here at Bethany and Bethany Public Schools.
It really is. We have great teachers and great coaches who make that part of what we do. So both our student athletes and the students in the classroom, that's an expectation here.
Year in and year out, Bethany has a great reputation as a top tier, like an A-minus type school environment. Why is that?
You know, we have great kids, we have great parental support, we've got a great school board, but the thing that makes a great school are great teachers, and we have great teachers.
What are some of the things going on at Bethany that you're really excited about this year?
You know, I'm in the athletic mode right now. We're going to have a great boys and girls basketball team. You know, we stand to make some noise here in the football yet this year. We've got just a lot of activities for our kids. Every night there's something going on. So it's a fun time of year.
Well, let's not shortchange cross country tomorrow. Your guys are favored in 4A, at least one of the favorites in 4A.
You know, we could, with a little bit of luck and a little bit of blessing from God, we could win a state title tomorrow.
Also, we're going to shout out to Jordan Reed. She was this week named to the Small West Squad in All-State Volleyball. You had an outstanding volleyball season.
Yes. She is the chief of police's daughter, and she is a great athlete, and he's just a super guy and a great supporter of our school.
And Drew, this is the second year Bethany has hosted us here. What does it mean to host your team and get the exposure here on Friday Night Rival?
We just love the opportunity for you guys to see our kids play and to see our fans come out, and it's an honor to be here.
I can't imagine how many people would be here if the sun was shining when this game started. I mean, they're out here in the rain, and this is as loud an atmosphere as we've had this year down here on the sideline.
Our fans really support our football team. They support all of our sports, but particularly football. On a normal night, this place would be packed.
All right, we've got a little thank you for hosting us here from our sponsor during tonight's Friday Night Rivals, Norman Regional Hospital Ortho Central, proud to present our game host, which is you, with a charitable donation of $500 from Ortho Central.
We really appreciate Ortho Central for giving us this check, and we appreciate you guys for hosting and coming here, so thank you very much.
And I noticed coming in, Ortho Central, big part here at Bethany Public Schools.
Yes, they are.
All right, what about the second half?
I think we're going to win.
Do you think he'd say anything else? He does have a 9-point lead, so it's a 2-score game, but mistakes may come down to decide it. 9-point game. We'll go back upstairs when we come back.
You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Now, time for the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report.
Welcome back at halftime here on the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report. We are in Bethany, 21-12 our score. Jack Dammermeyer and Patton with you here at halftime. And a really good game, Class 4A. We knew it would be good coming in, Myron. These stats prove it. We'll talk about the stats later. Fairly even. It's coming down to mistakes for either team.
Yeah, early on, Bethany fumbles the opening kickoff. Mm-hmm. Blanchard scores, but then it's Blanchard who really made the mistakes that Bethany took advantage of. And that's what good teams do. You make a mistake, they make you pay for it. And they're up 21-12, but there's a whole half to go. And if you're Blanchard, you think you can still win it. And,
of course, the tide really turned when Blanchard threw the interception. Hyman returned it 94 yards.
Yeah.
And that was a big difference in the game.
Yeah, no doubt it was a big difference in the game. And, of course, we got some highlights here in the first half. And, it's one of those things where the first quarter had a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah.
And the first half in general had everything in it. And here's Blanchard taking the early lead after that short kickoff.
Yeah, and they took the early lead, but then the Broncos come right back. There's Gilliland on the touchdown run, and then they kind of took over from there. Cooksey had a couple of mistakes in that first half. Here's the interception by Taylor Heim. He returns it 94 yards.
And he really shows what kind of athlete he is. He's 6'5". He's got a convoy there, but he got chased down at the 5-yard line, but they still got moved back to the penalty. But they end up scoring the touchdown anyway.
Woods Harrell on the touchdown reception there. And then, of course, here is the other touchdown by Taylor Heim. And that gave them the 21. And lost his shoe, yeah.
Bronco with no shoes.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Lions came back and scored late in this half and actually got the football back, yeah.
Yeah, Reagan Palmer dragging the guy into the end zone. That got them with the 12. But then we got another fumble here. Again, mistakes on both sides. Who can take advantage of these is going to win this game. And that's why we've still got a lot to look forward to in the second half.
And those are the highlights. Let's look at some of the stats from the first half. Fairly even, like we talked about. 166 yards for the Broncos, 160 to Blanchard. The difference, though, in the game, 94 rushing yards for Bethany.
Yeah, and that's something they can do. And they weren't necessarily just big, chunk yards, but just consistent 4, 5, 6 yards, set them up third and short. Bethany's got the advantage in the passing. They see the rushing. The passing as well goes to Blanchard. Turnovers, 2-2. Who can clean it up in the second half? Yep. First downs even. It's a good football game like we thought it'd be.
Yeah, you make a good point. And here you see the remaining schedules. Pretty important for Blanchard. If they can get a win tonight, more likely they're going to win the district. They have Tecumseh next week, who is at the bottom of this district with Hera. But again, it would be a big win for Blanchard tonight if they could come back in this game.
Yeah, and they got up to a slow start because of injury. They lost some guys, but they've gotten those guys back, and that's why they've kind of turned things on here mid-season going forward. Of course, there's Blanchard's schedule.
And Bethany has Newcastle next week, and Newcastle is playing Tuttle right now, and that is a 1-point game. I believe Newcastle leading 14-13 in that game, or maybe the opposite, but right now it's only a 1-point game. So you see the top 4 teams battling for that top spot. It's going to go down to next weekend.
It's a very, very good district. A lot of competitive teams are going to go to the playoffs and have a chance to make a lot of noise.
All right, we're at halftime. It is 21-12 our score. We'll take a break, come back with the second half kickoff from Bethany right after this.
You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Now, time for the 1-800-GOT-JUNK halftime report.
Coach Kirk, that first half, you got the opening kickoff on a fumble and took it in, but some mistakes really hurt you in that first half.
Yeah, we had some opportunities that we didn't take advantage of, and, we're going to get those things shored up.
Did you talk to him at halftime?
Oh, we got to tackle better. We got to take care of the football, just typical stuff. We got to get back to doing what we do. It's a good high school football game.
It is indeed. Thank you, Coach. I'll let you get back to your team. Good luck in the second half. Again, Bethany leading 21-12 here at halftime. Second half coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Ed Murray.
I like his comments. Get back to do what we do.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's typical, in high school? Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, he's right. Mistakes have really hurt them in the first half.
Yeah, and uncharacteristic mistakes
Yeah.
that they don't usually make. And talk about some missed tackles, things of that nature. But like I say, do what they do, and he thinks they'll be okay. Of course, Bethany probably thinks the same thing too. That's why it's going to be a great game.
Yeah. If the second half is just like the first, wow. Back and forth. There you see some of the crowd. Good crowd on hand tonight, despite the rain that continues to fall here in Bethany.
You might as well embrace it. You know.
Yeah.
A little wet, a little cold, but that's okay. It's football weather. It's about to be November. It's about that time.
We end our football broadcast next week with Week 10. It'll be Carl Albert at Piedmont as we travel to see the Wildcats for the first time on Friday Night Rivals next week.
The option football out at Piedmont.
Yeah. Carl Albert, of course. They're Carl Albert.
Yeah.
Lost a couple of games early on, and then what? They've run the table since, as they do, seems like every year.
Yeah, they got the big running back, Xavier Robinson. We did that game earlier this season. They didn't have their quarterback, but they've gotten their quarterback back since then.
Reed DeQuazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, went out and, against Coweta with a broken collarbone, and, boy, got back fairly quickly. Did not miss the entire season, so looking forward to seeing what he can do next week in Piedmont. Here should be an exciting second half. 21-12 our score here at halftime as the Broncos are ready to go. The Lions will receive the football to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred. The kickoffs, the kicking game in general, Myron, has been kind of iffy for both schools so far tonight. Both point afters for the Lions, they've missed.
Well, you wonder if they score again, touchdown, do they just go for two?
Two, yeah.
You
At some point, you're going to have to, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they get those, they're down by a touchdown. They're down, instead of being down by 9. So, but both teams, I'm sure, figure they made some mistakes. That if they eliminate those, they can have better control of the game. If you're Bethany, you're up 9. You're feeling pretty good, but not secure.
No, exactly. Again, you saw Ed talk to Kirk Kirchner. He is one of the specialty coaches on this team. There you see the rain continuing to fall, 54 degrees here to start the second half. Not much of wind, but just light rain that has been falling throughout this game. The first all season, I believe, at least for us it has been.
Yeah, we've been fortunate. Really fortunate.
Sanders to kick off for the Bethany Broncos. We talked about Kirk Kirchner, Jeff Craig, in his 16th season with the Lions, up in the booth. What a run they have had. He's won a state championship, has been a runner-up, a couple of semifinals in his tenure. And here is the kick as the Ortho Central kickoff gets us underway here in the second half. And this is Brayson Carter on the return. A great return across midfield to the 40. Cuts his way back to the 30. Still on his feet and finally brought down at the 24-yard line. A huge return for the Lions to start the second half.
And that's the way you want to start off the second half. And so he got some great blocking. They got some great blocking.
66-yard return on the kickoff for Carter.
There's one right there. So give his blockers credit. He did a great job returning it, but he got some guys up front doing it.
So here is Carson Cooksey, the junior quarterback. Laminack in motion, and this is the handoff. Actually, he's going to keep it himself. And he stays on his feet down to around the 20 before the Broncos can bring him down. It's a gain of about 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Blanchard Lions, ranked number 2 in Class 4A. Bethany came in ranked number 6, according to some publications across the state. And you see why. 2 good football teams tonight. Here is Cooksey looking left. Now he's looking right. He's going to throw it up, and this is going to be underthrown. He was looking for Frazier, but Frazier was not in the picture, and it brings up 3rd down now for the Lions. Tonight's closed captioning is brought to you by the wonderful group at High Five Media. High Five Media, intentionally different.
Yeah, you wonder, because you had trouble kicking extra points, how much that influences what you're calling down here as a coordinator.
They need to get to the 14-yard line for a 1st down. Laminack in motion. Here is Cooksey. And his pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage to bring up 4th down. Jack Gilliland with the defensive play and the knockdown. And a big down now for the Lions after the huge return on the kickoff. Let's watch it again.
And that's different. Just kind of threw it out there and it's knocked down.
Actually, I said Gilliland. It was actually Baylor Tibbetts who knocked it down. Here's the 4th down play for Blanchard. 4 wideouts. Conway behind the quarterback. Cooksey passing over the middle, and his receiver fell down at the 5-yard line. And they will turn the ball over on downs. Laminack just fell down at the 5-yard line.
Well, and that's a big stop for Bethany, and there he is. Yeah, he just, I don't know if he got feet tangled up, a turf monster, whatever, but he would have had a chance to make a play on the ball.
So they do not get any points after the big return on the kickoff by Frazier. And so the ball goes over to Taylor Heim, senior quarterback for the Broncos. He's going to be flanked to his right by Jaden Gilliland, who's had a good night so far on the ground. Got to be getting close to that 1,000-yard mark on the season. And here's the first play for Heim. He's going to take it himself, pulls it out of the gut of Gilliland, and he picks up 8, almost 9 yards.
I mean, he stretches out, he gets an extra couple yards.
Yeah, no doubt. 6'5", a track star. We've already talked about him being a state champion in the long jump. Can take his choice of what schools to go to. Air Force, Navy, SWAZU, OBU, Houston Baptist, Emporia State. We've already talked about a bunch of those. UCO, ECU in Oklahoma. And here he is again. Actually, he's going to hand this one off, and Gilliland is going to pick up the 1st down at the 30-yard line. Oklahoma Ford Dealers 1st down.
And everything key by that 1st down game where they got 8, 9 yards.
They are in no hurry to run some plays. Up 21-12. Here is the 1st down play. And a handoff right back up the middle. Gilliland gets out to around the 32-yard line, a gain of 2. It's now 2nd down and 8.
It's the frustration level of Blanchard. It's like they make a good play, but they can't capitalize on the return. Some mistakes. A lot of time left, though.
This is a team that in district has allowed the least number of points in district play behind, or 2nd least number of points behind Newcastle. They've given up 21 here tonight. Gain of about 3 more for the Broncos. It brings up 3rd down and about 3, let's call it 4. It's a long 4 for Bethany. They need a turnover, Meyer, and they've caused 21 turnovers so far this season coming into tonight's game, so you can add 2 more, 23 turnovers. And you know the Lions are looking for another one right here. And there's going to be a flag, and an offensive lineman moves before the snap. Salcido moved. So instead of 3rd and 4, it's going to be about 3rd and 9?
Yeah. They're taking their time. You're right. They're leading the clock here. And we had Blanchard this year. You know, Lamanick is obviously the guy you talked about, but Reagan Palmer had a big night.
Sure.
You've got other receivers that are capable of making plays for them.
5 wide receivers into the game now for the Broncos. And here's a bad snap, and Heim has it. Looking over the middle. Now he's going to be chased out of the pocket. Still looking to pass it. He's going to tuck it under a run, and he has the first down as he runs out of bounds around the 43-yard line. First down for Taylor Heim and the Broncos.
Well, he's just able to kind of turn on the speed. You know, he's looking, and then he just hits it right there and just easily runs for the first down, gets out of bounds.
12-yard pickup to the 43. He came in rushing for over 400 yards at quarterback. Probably nearing the 500-yard mark. He's going to go long over the middle, and his pass is picked off. It's Lamanick back at the 33 who takes it away. Heim's pass was underthrown as he was looking for Sanders deep, and Lamanick just stepped right in front of him to take it away, and there's the turnover we just talked about.
Yeah, and that one just a bit off target, underthrown.
You said it earlier, Meyer, you want your playmakers to make plays. Guess what? He just did.
Yeah, they did. Now can they take advantage of it, though?
From the 32-yard line, first down and 10. Here's the handoff, and this is Garrett. Garrett's still on his feet, and finally tackled at the 39-yard line. Good run, good hard run that time by the senior running back, Zach Garrett. Second down and short for the Lions.
Yeah, I think they're going to need some other guys to kind of step up, and everybody's looking for number 3 to make a play for them. They got some other capable guys on that offense.
You know, you talked about Reagan Palmer earlier. Reagan Palmer's a state runner-up in track in the 100-meter.
Yeah.
10.92. He only missed the state championship by 0.02 seconds. And here's Cooksey. And Cooksey will slide for the first down near the 44-yard line. An Oklahoma Ford dealer's first down for the Blanchard Lions. Let's watch it again.
Had a nice move to step inside. He's safe.
In the NFL, that's a flag, right?
Yeah, he gave himself up.
He was touched on the slide, so in the NFL, that might be a flag. All joking aside, first down and 10 from the 44. Cooksey, big drop, has no one. Now Frazier comes back to it, but he overthrows him at midfield, and a second down and 10 for the Lions.
Cookie's a little bit high tonight on more than a few throws. He's under pressure there. He's rolling out. At least he didn't take the sack, but he's been a little bit high on some throws tonight.
Good piece on our scholar athlete, Bryson Frazier. There you saw him, number 11.
Construction management. That's what he wants to major in.
Headed to OSU.
Yep.
Headed up north. Outstanding basketball player for the Lions. Here's the second down play. Cooksey throwing deep over the middle, and this is going to be overthrown. He threw it into double coverage, looking for Palmer, and it brings up 3rd and 10 for the Lions. Good coverage in the secondary by the Broncos on that play. Led by number 12 right there, Kel Whiska. What do you draw up here on 3rd down? You got to look for Lamanick, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe some kind of, I'm trying to see how they're playing the second one. It's something across the middle where you can catch him on the go. because he's really dangerous after this ball's in his hand in terms of being able to run yards after the catch. Maybe some kind of slant route.
Cooksey rolls out. Looking downfield, his ball is tipped but caught at the 45-yard line by Frazier. Great concentration, and that is going to be awfully close to a first down. I think he's going to be about a half yard short.
Yeah, looks like they're marking short. I bet they go for it.
It's going to be 4th down and about a half a yard. The ball is at the 47. They need to officially get to the 46 for the first down. From the shotgun for Cooksey. Carter in motion. Takes a handoff, gets the first down across the 40-yard line. Good play there by the Lions to pick up the Oklahoma Ford dealers' first down and move the chains.
Just get him on the go, and he's got good speed and picks up about 5 yards there. Easy first down.
Last week, Carter had 186 yards through the air against Bridge Creek, and here is Cooksey again and slides down to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 as the clock runs. 5.5 to play in the third quarter. Is this going to go down to the final play of the game like it did for the Lions back on the 7th of October, beating Tuttle on the final play of the game?
I would not be surprised. They got to get the ball in the end zone here to really make some drama for us. They're down 9.
Cooksey takes it away from Laminack, and he paid for it back at the 35-yard line. Nailed by Woods Harrell, the senior linebacker.
Their linebackers have been pretty active tonight.
7th tackle for a loss this year by the linebacker. He had some help by Baylor Tibbetts, number 87. And it's 3rd and 6 now for the Lions.
Another big 3rd down for them.
Cooksey, a lot of time, throws it over the middle, and it's intercepted by Heim for the 2nd time tonight. And he's back out to the 40 and tackled near midfield. There is a flag on the play, though. Let's see what the flag is. And it could be against Bethany, or is this going to go on the return after the interception? It is going to be Bethany football. So it was after the interception block in the back by the Broncos. They will get the football. Another mistake. 3rd interception tonight by Carson Cooksey, Myron, as he was looking for Laminack, but Heim right there.
Yeah, and they've just they're running to a wall when they've got scoring opportunities, and
it's almost as if Heim can just predict where he's going. And there you see the block in the back on against Bethany. And here we go. First down from the 31. Handoff goes for about 3. Out to the 35 goes Gilliland. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
It's kind of stalemate here in the 3rd quarter. No scores by anybody.
Whiska, the quarterback now for the Broncos, and he will pass it out to Harrells. And Harrell out to about the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Broncos. So let's see what they can draw up on 3rd down. They need to get out to the 41 to move the chains. In no hurry, though, to snap the football with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Play clock now under 10. Whiska's going to move Heim to the right. in motion, and he's going to take it himself back up the middle. He's going to be close to the first down at the 41. Let's see where they spot the football. It looks like, well, one referee is pointing he got it.
Yep, they're moving the chains.
So he picks up an Oklahoma Ford dealer's first down. And they keep the clock running and the football with under 3 to play.
I mean, I'm serious. He stretches out. That gets that first down. I'm going to look at him here. He finds a little running room stretch. And
coming right at you, yeah. Flags all over the place. It's going to be procedure against the Broncos on that play. It'll be 1st and 15 after the flag. Mike Joseph and his crew have been busy tonight, but fortunately, just a handful of flags here in the second half.
Not like last week, you're saying?
10th flag of the 10th penalty of the night. And here's the 1st and 15 play. And here is Gilliland as he takes it away from Wiska. I'm not sure Kell wanted to give it to him, Myron, but he took it anyway. And
give it here.
Give it. Yeah, I'm going. Whether you like it or not. 7-yard gain up to the 43. Let's watch it again.
Yes, take it. Gets outside, and again, a good pickup on first down. So he erased the penalty right there.
Last week against Hera, Wiska had over 200 yards through the air. They are keeping it on the ground tonight. What makes this offense so potent is they can do either. They can throw it or they can run it. And tonight, they're running it. Bethany fans wanted a pass interference, and I don't blame him. Brayson Carter had Baylor Tibbetts around the waist before that ball got there. And it was right in front of the official.
So what flag?
So it brings up 3rd and 8 for the Broncos. Heim in the game as a wideout to the bottom of your screen, along with Gilliland.
Looks like he got man coverage here. He might go deep.
Reagan Palmer's the one on him. And here's a pass, and it's almost picked off, I thought, by the Lions. Gilliland breaks free at the 35, still on his feet, down to the 23-yard line, and I thought Reagan Palmer had an interception, and it's Gilliland who runs his way to a first down.
There it is right there, and looked like he did have it, but he missed it. And Gilliland's big, tough guy.
Hard to bring down. At the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. And here is Gilliland again. He's got a hole up the middle, and the ball is loose, and the Lions have it. It's a fumble by Gilliland, and the Blanchard Lions have recovered it at the 15-yard line. A huge break for the Lions. They will have the football when we come back. 21-12 our score.
Keep him in it.
Friday Night Rivals would like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game: Norman Regional Hospital Ortho Central, GMC, McIntyre Law, and 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'd also like to thank High Five Media, Oklahoma Ford Dealers, Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores, Rose State College, Homeland Grocery, Dynamite Driving, and the United States Coast Guard. Jack Damermeyer and Pat and Ed Murray from Bethany, Oklahoma, Southern Nazarene Stadium. The Lions have the football after the turnover from their 15, and here is Carson Cooksey back to pass. He's going to go long, and he has Palmer, and a nice defensive play at midfield to knock it down. Taylor Heim right there, or else that might have been 6 points for the Lions.
He was open, but he couldn't get the ball out far enough. It allowed Heim to make up ground and use that 6'5" frame to knock it down. And
he just stuck his hands up.
Yeah. There it is right there. That whole thing, he didn't turn around. We'll talk about that. But no, that was, he was open. He had a couple steps on him.
Second down and 10. 21-12. The Broncos still lead it. 1:43 to play in the third quarter. Four wideouts now into the game for Blanchard. Cooksey. Pass is too high for Frazier, and Frazier was hit on that play and is down. An awkward-looking play. And that ball just took off on Cooksey, and now this is going to be an injury timeout. That was an ugly-looking play at the end as Frazier landed hard on his back.
Yeah, I think he took maybe a helmet to his backside or lower back, too. So that was, once again, he's high. He's been high tonight several times.
You're not sure whether it's a wet football because they have not played in elements like this all season, so you wonder. And there you see Bryson Frazier to his feet. Good to see that he's running off on his own power.
He says he likes contact, but I think he likes delivering the contact, not being on the receiving end of the contact.
Sure. Looks like he's going to be okay. Going to go probably get a drink of water and take a break, make sure the trainers are okay with him coming back. And tremendous talent, senior.
Rain's pretty steady right there.
Yeah, good look at the weather conditions here tonight. You just wonder whether that's having a factor on Cooksey with his throws tonight being high.
Yeah, maybe gripping the football maybe.
Third down play for the Lions. 3rd and 10. Cooksey rolling out, throws it down the field, and has his receiver open for the first down at the 33, and this is Reagan Palmer on the reception.
Yeah, if they're going to make this a game, they need some other guys kind of step up and make a few plays, and it's a nice catch by Reagan Palmer for a first down.
16-yard reception for the Bridge Creek transfer. Clock stopped, 1:33 to play. Cooksey, pass over the middle. This is caught out to the 37-yard line. And this is Court Pierce on the reception. First time we've seen him tonight, number 23. Coming up at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will select our GMC player of the game. Couple of good performances tonight by a couple of players from Bethany. You have to put Jordan Straughter, number 22, in that talk, along, of course, with Taylor Heim, who has a couple of interceptions and a 94-yard INT return, a touchdown run. Here is Cooksey, and Cooksey pulls it out from Laminack and is dropped back at the 34-yard line. Might have wanted to give it to Laminack on that one.
Yeah, they're waiting on him. Nice stop.
And there is Baylor Tibbetts. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage for Tibbetts, the senior defensive end, 6'1", 195. Another third down play for the Lions. Cooksey will hand it off to Gilliland. or to make that to Garrett. And Garrett is not going to pick up the first down. He's going to be short out to the 39-yard line, and that will end the third quarter of play here in Bethany. And don't forget, stay tuned. We will have the Dynamite Driving Drive of the game coming up. We've completed 3 quarters here in Bethany. 21-12 our score. Stay with us. We're coming back with the fourth quarter. All right, we're going to stay here. We will keep it here as we go into the fourth quarter. So another big third down, another big third down play. So we will take a break. All right, 21-12. We're back after this.
Ortho Central's Friday Night Rivals, live on CW34, driven by GMC. Friday Night Rivals Student Saving Tip is sponsored by Quail Creek Bank.
Hi, I'm Erin with Quail Creek Bank. Did you know that smart kids use banks and credit unions? In addition to being the safest places to store your money, we give you lots of free and easy ways to access your cash whenever you need it. Best of all, we pay you interest on your savings so you can watch your money grow. So if you don't have a savings and checking account, go visit your local bank or credit union today. Or visit us online at quailcreek.bank to learn more about the smart ways to start your financial future off right.
To learn more about Quail Creek Bank, go to quailcreek.bank or visit their 122nd and North Main location.
Ready for the fourth quarter in Bethany, 21-12. The Broncos lead the Lions, and a big fourth down play as we start the fourth quarter for Blanchard. 4th and 4. And it looks like they are going to kick it away. Cooksey, the quarterback, is the punter.
Bethany not by. They're just in case they want to go for it. They're playing like their regular defense.
Perriman is the up back for the Lions. And Cooksey looks like he's going to throw it. He is. He throws it downfield, and it is caught by Laminack at midfield for the first down.
He wasn't wide open there. Heck of a throw and to get his feet down.
I said Laminack, that's Pierce who makes the play. Sure enough, I saw the 3, and it was 23. The sophomore wide receiver.
And Bethany was looking for it. They didn't have a player back to receive a punt, so it wasn't like it caught him off guard.
So first down, the Lions at midfield. As we start the fourth quarter, they trail by 9. Cooksey will hand it off to Garrett. And Garrett down to about the 47. Not that you have to hurry with 11 and a half to play, Myron, but you are 2 possessions down. You have not moved the football in the second half for the most part. Turnovers have been costly for both teams, especially here in the second half. 4 turnovers for Bethany, 3 for Blanchard. 2nd and 7. And here is the handoff on the end around to Carter. And Carter will get down to about the 41 before he's swarmed under. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Lions. Good to see Frazier back into the game. Tonight's closed captioning is brought to you by High Five Media. High Five Media, intentionally different. Laminack in motion for the Lions. And now Cooksey will look to the sideline to see if they're going to change the play. 10 on the play clock. And here's the handoff. This is Garrett, and Zach Garrett will pick up the first down for Blanchard down to the 38-yard line. It is a Brahms first down. From our farm to our store, only Brahms gives you more. Zach Garrett quietly having a nice night at running back for the Lions.
Just went off the right side there, found a nice little hole, and keeps the drive going.
Once again, Laminack moving from left to right. Here is Cooksey looking left, throwing toward the end zone. He has Palmer. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does at the 1-yard line. Reagan Palmer with a huge play and his first and goal as the Lions try to get to the line of scrimmage.
Had to dive for that one. I guess they slid in the end zone.
37-yard reception by Reagan Palmer. And a flag, and I believe the Lions are going to move before the snap. And instead of first and goal at the 1, it's going to be at the 6. Another penalty deep in
it's not good,
territory.
Man. You talk about a totally different play call from the 6. First and goal, but still, you're on the 1-inch line, 1-yard line. That's
so. Last week, the Lions, or a couple weeks ago, they pulled out a miracle. We'll go downstairs, Ed Murray, here after this play. First down and goal from the 6. Conway, the running back, takes the handoff, and he's across the 5 down to the 3. Let's go downstairs, Ed Murray.
Hey, Jack, remember in the first half, Bethany had a first and goal at the 1 and had a procedure call. They were able to overcome that and get in the end zone. This could be a very vital part. Can Blanchard match that effort here in the fourth quarter?
Second down and 3. Good point, Ed. They need a touchdown. Trailing by 9. Laminack in motion. Here's the handoff to Conway, and he's going nowhere. Bethany, led by Gilliland, also Woods Harrell, and it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 3.
Yep, there's penetration there, and those linebackers again have been really active in this game for Bethany.
No doubt about it, they sure have. Gilliland, Woods Harrell, Jordan Strotter, number 22.
And this is why the penalty was so big.
4 down territory no matter what, you would think. 3rd and goal. Here is Cooksey. He's in trouble. Throws it toward the corner, and he's going to overthrow his receiver near the pylon. He was looking for Frazier, and it's now 4th and goal. Do you kick the field goal, or do you go for it? You're only down by 9. That's a touchdown and a field goal try.
You're going to need a field. They haven't been able to kick extra points.
No.
So I think you're going to go for it.
The rain continues to fall here, so the snap and the hold have been the problem on the point afters for Blanchard so far tonight in the first half on the touchdowns. And they're going to go for it.
Obviously a huge play for Bethany. They're able to hold here.
4th and goal, and a timeout as John Arthur runs down the sideline to the line judge to try to call a timeout for Bethany, and he gets it. 21-12. Come back for the 4th down play right after this.
Ortho Central's Friday Night Rivals, live on CW34, driven by GMC.
The Bethany Broncos wanted the timeout on 4th down to talk about it defensively. John Arthur saw something, Myron. He did not like how Blanchard had lined up on offense. So here we go. 4th down, a huge play in this football game for Blanchard to get back in this and a chance to pull out a W on the road. 4 wideouts all to the near side of the field. Here is Carson Cooksey. They send Carter in motion. Cooksey running right, has some room, throws it to the back of the end zone, and he overthrows his receiver in the back of the end zone, and they will turn the football over on downs. And you go back to the procedure call. It played a huge factor in how they played the rest of that series.
Yeah, you get the 1 yard line, 1 inch line, whatever it is. I think you probably run that in the first drive, but instead you go back 5 yards at 6, get the 6, and that's just a huge, huge mistake.
So the football goes over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos at their own 3 yard line, 7:54 to play. Again, 4 turnovers in the game for Bethany so far tonight.
Well, you do have them pinned back at their own 6 yard line, so you see if you can hold them here and see if you can get the ball back in good field position. We got just under 8 minutes to go.
Under center, Taylor Heim. Instead of working from the shotgun on the back deep in his own territory, he will work under center. And he's going to take it himself, trying to find some room, and he hops over the 5 yard line out to about the 8. We're going to give him to the 9 yard line, so a little hop, skip, and jump for about 6 yards.
Yeah, he's
Don't forget he's the long jump champion. State
nimble.
long jump champion.
Pretty nimble for a 6'5" guy.
I think he used that long jump talent right there. 2nd and 4. And again, they are in no hurry. They still have 18 seconds on the play clock, and let's see how much of that they use. They're not going to use all of it. They hike it with 11 on the play clock. And here is Heim. He's going to be awfully close to the 1st down. I think he's going to be about a yard short. It'll be 3rd and short as the clock runs now. 7 minutes to go. What a game he's had.
Yeah, he's been really good on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And they are going to take most of the play clock here
on 3rd and 1. Now under 10 seconds to play. Now he has 5 seconds to play. And they hike it with 2. And here's the handoff to Gilliland. He picks up the first down. And he's going to fall forward to about the 20-yard line.
I think he would have got a first down.
Yeah.
That was a big hold on the right side.
Let's go downstairs, Ed Murray. Ed.
Jack, I was just going to tell you, it is electric down here after that hold on the 1-yard line. But what's so fun is everybody knows what was happening on the goal line. Blanchard knew it. Bethany knew it. 7 was going to hold it and run it. And it's just great football down here. Just great atmosphere on the field.
1st and 10 after the Brahms first down for the Broncos. They spot it at the 20. Under 10 to go on the play clock. And under 6 to go in the game. Here is Heim. His pass is caught by Woods Harrell. And Harrell is going to lose about 1.5 yards. I'm not sure on that one, Myron, is you're running the football quite well and you elect to throw it out wide and you lose 1.5 yards on it.
Yeah. Best thing for them, though, the clock is under 6 minutes.
There you see Woods Harrell has a couple of offers from SWAZoo in Weatherford and Northwestern up in Alva. Continue his football career. Also a basketball player, so possibly could be playing basketball as well. All conference in basketball. 2nd and 11 for the Broncos. 5 wideouts in the game now for Bethany. And here is Heim. He's going to take it himself. And he's got some room. He's going to run his way over to the 30-yard line. A gain of 10. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Bethany. Check this run out by the quarterback.
Lowers the shoulder, gets close to a first down.
Came into the game with 425 yards on the ground. He's added to that. Don't forget he had a 94-yard interception return. Not for a touchdown in the first quarter. And you would think they would keep it on the ground here, 3rd and short with under 5 to play. 5 now on the play clock, down to 2, and they get it off. And here is Heim. He will keep it, and he sneaks his way up to the 31, gets the first down. They move the chains, and the clock will continue to run once they set the chains. Getting late for Blanchard.
Yeah, considering you need 2 scores.
The winner will be in the top spot in the district.
With a week to go.
Bethany plays Newcastle next week on the road in Newcastle. That could be the decisive game for the winner in the district if Blanchard cannot come back here. And here's the handoff, slow moving play. And Gilliland may have got back to the line of scrimmage before big number 54, Ross Johnston, the junior defensive end for the Lions, takes him down. This is a young Blanchard Lions team. They have a lot of these players returning, including the quarterback, Carson Cooksey, who's only a junior. They do start 6 seniors, but again, they are a young, talented team. Let's go downstairs, Ed Murray. Ed.
Well, they're fixing to run a play here, Jack, so I've got something for you. Come back to me after this play.
We will do that. 2nd down and 10. Just over 3 to play now. And here is Heim. Rolling out, throws it, has Harrell open at the 40, makes a little hurdle move out to midfield, and tackled from behind at the 46 of Blanchard for a first down. And Blanchard wants some type of penalty. I'm not really sure what kind of penalty they were asking for, but a bunch of players surrounded the referee, but not really sure what it was. Let's go downstairs real quick to Ed Murray. Ed.
I just found out that Tuttle defeated Newcastle 27-20, so only a 7-point win. If Bethany can hold on to this 9-point advantage, they would take over number 1 in the district and have the tiebreaker on Tuttle if they could take care of business next week against Newcastle. So Tuttle only won by 7. That's big for Bethany and for Blanchard tonight.
First down and 10. Clock now under 3. And here is Heim. Actually, Heim will keep it. He slips at the 45, a gain of 1. Second down at 9. And at what point, Myron, do the Lions start using their timeouts? Down 2 possessions.
Yeah, I mean, Bethany is doing what they've done all night. They're just kind of 5, 6, 7. That's a big run earlier, but they're eating this clock up. It's at 2.5. And yeah, they may call timeout here, but it doesn't look like they can stop them.
Yeah. Starting to get late for the Lions. Here is Heim again. He's going to keep it himself. And he gets down to the 36. Does he get out of bounds? He does. It's going to stop the clock. Looked like he was trying to stay in, but got out. It is going to be close to a first down. Is he going to get the first down? And I believe he is. So he got the first down. They will move the chains.
Yeah, I think the timeout is just to move the chains. Maybe.
Yeah, I believe you're right, because it looked like his knee was out, was down before he got out of bounds, which would keep him in bounds and keep the clock moving, and it does. Under 2 minutes to play. Blanchard not using their timeouts yet. And the Broncos using all the play clock, under 10 to play. They're not going to get this play off. Are they going to call timeout? And no, they do not call timeout. The flag is thrown for delay of game. Not really understanding that, Myron, that they either don't get the play off or call timeout.
I think they're wanting him to run the play. Fine, I see some coaches said run the play.
So right now you're looking at a Bethany victory. They will take over first place, as Ed said. And a revenge of a playoff loss last year to the Lions, 24-21. They did not play in the regular season. Bethany was in a different district. They kind of go back and forth, and sack back at midfield is Heim, and getting back there is Tyler Hughes, the junior linebacker. And now the Lions will call timeout with 1:24 to play. We will take a break as well. We're back right after this on Friday Night Rivals. Here is Cooksey. His pass is intercepted. Oh my goodness, it was in and out of the hands of Ray. The dynamite driving drive of the game. Third in the first half. 9 plays, 31 yards for the Broncos. And they ran nearly 5 minutes off the clock in this. And there they capped it with a touchdown that put them up by 3. So here we go, back to action. Heim, little shuttle pass. And in trouble in the back is Gilliland, but he's able to stay on his feet. There's a flag thrown late back around the 45-yard line. So let's check this out. That is Jack Gilliland, the brother of Jaden Gilliland.
And they didn't want him to go out of bounds. They'd rather just take a knee, stay in bounds, keep that clock on.
It's going to be on Bethany. I believe it's going to be on the Broncos. Good job of refereeing tonight by Mike Joseph and his crew. They've had a lot to deal with. It is holding on Bethany. The Lions decline it. That was the 11th play, Myron, of this drive. They took over with about 7.5 to play. They've held this football for nearly 7 minutes, and it looks like they could hold it to end the game.
And that's what they've done. They haven't just really gashed Blanchard, but it's just consistent 4, 5, 6 yards. The quarterback Taylor Hine has made some plays, but just kind of nickel and diming their way down the field, and Blanchard's not been able to stop him.
It's 3rd and 18, and here is Hine, and he is going to be well short, down at the 40, but he falls down inbounds, and now the Lions will take their second timeout with 1:08 to play. It'll be 4th and about, 14 to go. This will be an interesting call. Do you kick it, or do you just go ahead and run it and hope your defense can hold him if you don't get the first down? Let's go downstairs to Ed Murray. Ed.
Well, guys, I've been trying to do some math down here with a couple of fellows on the sideline. I understand this better than me. Bethany was trying to score there. It's important if you can get a 15-point win, great. If they win by 9, they're going to have to beat Newcastle by 10 or 11 points to win the district. So it's all this math of 15-point threshold. Now the key is they cannot let Blanchard score, or they're not going to have the tiebreaker over Tuttle. So that's kind of why they weren't just running the clock. They were trying a couple of passes, hopefully try to get down there and score again. By the way, these Gilliland brothers are tough to bring down. They're rugby players, all 3 of them, and their uncle is the rugby coach at Southern Nazarene University. So that's why those kids are awfully tough and hard to bring down.
Well, Ed, I would say if you're trying to do some math, talk to Parker Daniels, number 72.
Yes.
He's got like a 4.33 GPA. He's going to be a computer science major.
He's out there on the field, though, Myron.
Well, they're in the huddle right now. Just go and say, hey, Parker.
Yeah. How many points do you need, brother?
Yeah.
Well, the Gillilands, you got Jaden and you got Jack, who are seniors. And they have a freshman, Judson Gilliland, who is 5'8", 180 as a freshman. So he's going nowhere but up as well. So, yeah, tough brothers. Hard to bring down. Jaden Gilliland, 215. Jack Gilliland, 210. So here we go. It is going to be 4th down. And I believe they're going to kick it away and try to pin the Lions deep. This is Colton Calderon, number 14, that will kick it away. He has 2 punts inside the 20-yard line so far this season and make it number 3. And it is returned by Laminack, but he's immediately hit and stopped, so make it 3 kicks inside the 20. They have a minute to go 81 yards. And then they'll need another possession after that.
Can you get 9 points in a minute? It's not that much, is it? Go deep, young man.
So here is Carson Cooksey. 3 interceptions tonight by Cooksey. And here he goes. He looks long and he has it caught. It's going to be short of a first down. The clock will run. And we may have an injured Bethany player, but he is up. Clock runs, 45 to go. Bethany trying to quickly get to the line of scrimmage. They've taken a lot of time off the clock. And here is Cooksey rolling out to his left, and his pass is going to be incomplete as he was looking for Palmer on the near side, and it brings up 3rd and short with 33.7 seconds to go. Kirk Kirchner, sideline coach for the Lions, and now we are going to have a timeout as the Lions have, or make that the Broncos have an injured player. There you see the district standings again in 4A2. Blanchard did hold the top spot. That's going to be overtaken, though, by Newcastle and Bethany, who will now come out at 5-1 with Blanchard. But, of course, they will hold, Bethany will hold the tiebreaker on Blanchard. The Lions beat Newcastle 19-0 on our Friday Night Rivals game earlier in the season, so they hold the tiebreaker over Newcastle. So it is a big game for the Bethany Broncos, Myron, because they win tonight. They're in the driver's seat for first place in this district.
Yeah, this is a huge win for them because they've come out and really controlled the game, a game they had to win to keep their district hopes alive, and that's just been a methodical. And Blanchard made some mistakes, but Bethany won the game.
And we said before the game, Taylor Heim would be the difference maker. He has been the difference maker.
Boy, he has offense and defense, making plays, running the football, a couple interceptions on defense. Guy's got speed, man. 6'5", but he can run.
He can run. He can also long jump, as we said, state champion in long jump. And there you see him right there. He's going to be our GMC player of the game, and we'll go over his stats here as we talk about that at the end of this broadcast. But we're back to action. 3rd down and 2. 33 seconds to go. Cooksey looking to pass, being chased out of the pocket, has nowhere to go, and he just throws it away. Smart play there by Carson Cooksey. Everyone was covered down the field, and it brings up, it's going to bring up 4th and short. And I think the Broncos are sniffing a victory.
They've done a good job covering on the back end because Cooksey, a lot of times, he just had no one open and couldn't find anybody. So the Broncos secondary done a good job covering receivers. And that's after some early success by Lamanick in the first quarter.
And you're looking at a great young talent there, only a junior, Carson Cooksey. His pass is incomplete, and he threw it behind his receiver. And so the Broncos will take over with 22.2 seconds, and they will pull out this victory tonight in District 2 and head to the top of the standings. Now, will they try to score? They do need the points, as Ed Murray talked about. And some fans will not understand if they try to score, Myron, what they're doing here.
Yeah.
It's all about the tiebreaker. So you can't, as a fan, like Ed Murray said earlier, they may try to score some points because they're going to need them.
Yeah, it's only 21-12, so we're not talking about like some blowout game here or whatever. You're home.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe some Blanchard fans that think they're trying to rub it in anyway. We'll see what they do. Do this. They've got guys split out wide. So it looks like they are going to run a play.
Yeah, so they have Himes split out wide. They have Whitwiska now at quarterback. And you would think they're going to throw it up for Heim. Whitwiska is just going to throw it out of bounds, and it's nearly caught by Woods Harrell with 17 seconds remaining. So they are trying to put some more points on the board. And I know I keep saying this, Myron, but some fans from Blanchard are not going to understand this, but it's all about the tiebreakers.
Yeah, this district is really tough. I mean, a bunch of 4-1 teams, 5-1 teams rather now. So you got to separate some teams, and the point differential is how you do it.
Rain looks like it's starting to pick up a little bit more. Ed Murray has handled the rain all night long. Ed, proud of you, my friend.
This is about as hard as it's come down all night right now, but it's still pretty light.
2nd down and 10. Whitwiska is being run out of the pocket, chased from behind, and he's able to get it away and in and out of the hands of Heim. Good defensive play that time by Bryson Frazier, number 11, and it's 3rd and 10 with 11 seconds to play.
Maybe go to the end zone. Heim. There's a jump ball situation.
Well, they have 2 more plays. You know they would probably go for it on 4th down. There you get a good look at Colton Calderon. We haven't called him tonight, but look for him. He's a senior wideout. Had 110 yards receiving last week against Hera. Has not caught a pass tonight. Here's the 3rd down play from the 28, and now a timeout has been called. The Broncos call a timeout because the play clock was down to 0. So instead of taking a penalty, which would be devastating, they take the timeout. Let's do our GMC player of the game, Myron. I think it's an easy pick tonight. It is number 7, Taylor Heim of the Bethany Broncos, and he started off with this.
This was a heck of a run, and I'll give credit. Is that Bryson Carter, I guess, running him down, trying to tackle him? But yeah, he's a couple interceptions, run the offense, shows speed and toughness.
And there you see his stats, 21 carries on the ground, 97 yards, and here he is picking off his 2nd pass of the night.
Yeah, he's a really good player, and 6'5", but is a fluid-looking athlete. And let's see, he's probably good at pretty much everything he does. Got to play basketball, I would think.
6'5"?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the basketball coach for Bethany, you better have him on your team, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they've they've had some pretty good teams out here. So, yeah, he's our player of the game, well-deserved. Got a couple guys on defense, had big games as well, the linebackers. Could have gone a lot of different ways, but Taylor Heim is our guy.
Heim will be lined up as a wide receiver again as we get back to action with Wiska still the quarterback. Heim is at the bottom of your screen right above the clock with Wiska. And now a whistle. And they're going to have to put 11.2 seconds back on the clock. It is a false start on the Broncos. And they're still showing 8.8 seconds, but they're going to need to put 11 back on the clock. Let's go downstairs to Ed Murray. Ed, what do you have?
Well, just to let you know, again, any score will help. The field goal kicker's down here on the sideline warming up, so if they don't get the first down on this play, they may try a field goal just to add 3 more points. Again, every point very critical here in Week 9 of the football season.
And there is no wind, so that is not a factor. The rain is a factor. As Ed said earlier, it's coming down fairly hard. And after the procedure called, let's see what the Broncos elect to do. See if Wiska can use some of his baseball talents to toss it toward the end zone, and I believe they're trying to reset the game clock to 11.2. There's the referee, Mike Joseph, talking to John Arthur, the head coach for Bethany. In his 6th season, 53-16 his record. 16th season overall at Bethany, but his 6th as head coach. And they put 11 seconds back on the clock. And now another timeout, and I don't believe the clock is set accordingly. Before it showed 11.2, now it just shows 11, so I'm not sure if it really matters, does it?
0.2 of a second, I think we can get by with that.
Yes.
Especially if Blanchard said, hey, this game's over, can we go home?
They would like the clock to run more than likely, right?
Yes. In fact, I'm sure some Bethany people say, you know what?
You know it's raining out here, right? So 11.1. So almost 11.2.
Close enough.
So here we go. Could be the final play of the game, we will see. 3rd down from the 33. And here is Wiska. He's going to take it himself. He's going to carry back up the middle and he's going to fall around the 23, and they call timeout with 4 seconds to go. This will not make Blanchard fans happy. I think you hear some boos from the other side of the field. But again, they're trying to score to increase their tiebreaker in case of things next week. Well, next week we will be in Piedmont as the Wildcats will host the Carl Albert Titans as we end our 2nd season of FNR. Should be a good ball game between Carl Albert and Piedmont. Carl Albert, of course, one of the favorites to win it all once again in Class 5A. Piedmont having a good season. And we will close out Week 10 in our season at 7 o'clock next week in Piedmont, where the forecast is not looking any better than tonight already.
Well, let's hope it changes by then.
Well, you can talk to your weatherman, right?
I'll see what I can do. It's been a fast season, man, I can tell you.
Oh, my gosh, hasn't it? It seems like yesterday we were in Week 1.
What city? Carl Albert, I believe?
Yeah. Started the season with Carl Albert. We're going to end it with Carl Albert. There you see the Blanchard band in the rain. They brought their band. You see, what is this? What am I looking at? The Bethany student section?
I would think so, yes.
Good crowd in the rain. Well, Ed Murray, what do you have for us on this final play?
The word down here on the bench is if they win by 12, so if this field goal is good, all they would have to do is beat Newcastle. The point differential wouldn't be anything. So if he misses, it looks like they would have to beat Newcastle by at least 4 or 5 points. So this is a huge field goal in the battle for this district championship.
And this is Calderon for the field goal. The holder is Wiska. It is down. The kick is up. And it is no good as it hits the crossbar and falls forward, and he does not get it. But that ends the game. The field goal on the final play of the game is no good, and the Broncos win 21-12. Myron, he needed 3 more inches. 3
more inches to get that home. That got good leg in it, but if you were trying to hit the upright, you could do it. But they get the win most importantly. Of course, they'll still got to shoot. If you beat Newcastle, you're in good shape next week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So the Broncos defeat the Blanchard Lions 21-12 on Friday night rivals in week 9 of the high school football season. The Broncos improve to 8-1, and the Lions fall to 6-3. So we will take a break and come back with our post game and the trophy presentation. 21-12 our final score. We're back after this.
Field here in Bethany. Are we on? All right, here. I'm with some happy Broncos. Before we talk to the coach, when these two teams shook hands, there were some hugs and handshakes, a lot of respect on the side of both of these teams.
I tell you, it seems like it's one of these games every year between us and Blanchard. You know, just I think we were 8-8 in the series in the last 16 games, and this one kind of lived right up to it.
We came in talking about your offense, Coach, but your defense there in the second half was just shut them out.
Defense was good all night, you know, with the exception, I mean, gave us some short fields early in the game and did a great job stopping. They have some dynamic playmakers, as we know, and did a great job stopping them.
Well, fellas, I got a couple of things to say. You got to take care of Newcastle next week, right? But we got something to remember. As Coach said, you were 8-8. This is a reminder that you now have the lead over Blanchard at 9-8. And if I tried to give this to anybody else, he'd probably intercept it. So I might as well give it to number 7 right here.
All righty, the Bethany Broncos victorious tonight over the Blanchard Lions, 21-12 to take over first place in District 4A2. As I try to make my way around here, Myron, a big victory tonight here at home for the Bethany Broncos. They're now 8-1 on the season. Taylor Heim, he did everything tonight.
Yeah, they're playing well at the right time of the year. You know, got next week at Newcastle. That'll be a tough game. Newcastle's really good, but you want to play your best end of the year. Offense, defense, special teams did it all for them tonight.
Bethany was not in this district last year. They're in District 1, now District 2, arguably the best district in the state.
Yeah, a bunch of 5-1 teams in this district, so that's why that point differential is such a big deal. And Blanchard, tough loss for them tonight. They're now 5-1 as well, but they'll be a factor come playoff time as well.
Yeah, they're one of the favorites to win in Class 4A. Well, we do thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of Friday Night Rivals. All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners at Norman Regional Hospital, Ortho Central, GMC, McIntyre Law, and 1-800-GOT-JUNK, who through their contributions to the program make these games possible for you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our great other sponsors and their support for their contributions to our 2022 Friday Night Rivals telecast. High Five Media, Oklahoma Ford Dealers, Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Store, Rose State College, Homeland Grocery, Dynamite Driving, and the United States Coast Guard. We'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support. Blanchard High School and our host, Bethany High School. Once again, our final score, the Broncos 21, the Lions 12. Have a great night, everyone. We will see you in Week 10 next week.